Welcome. The Fresh Air is Overrated, the weekly source for anything gaming with wild math and curves. Begins in.
Yo, what's going on? Welcome to Fresh Air is Overrated. It is a week, or episode number 195. Oh man, if we did this for 195 weeks, that'd be crazy. Well, I mean, I guess it's probably more than that, right?
Kind of have.
It's probably more than that.
And there'd be 0.5s and everything else in between.
Well, and it's taken a long time to get here too, so it's taken more than 195 weeks.
Yes.
Oh, that's the voice of Steiner.
Yes.
He interrupted me rudely interrupted
Rude.
me.
You asked a question.
Rude.
It may have been a rhetorical question, but you asked a question.
It is Thursday, August 17th. That's the date over here in Ottawa. I guess it's the date for everybody here. Right?
Yeah.
Right, Curves in Toronto?
Yeah, what's up?
Proudly from Toronto?
Proudly.
Proudly?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you be
Very
proudly
proud.
I like Toronto.
From Mississauga specific.
I'm from Mississauga though, so
Specific.
maybe that's why I'm proud.
I hate going to Mississauga.
Hey, yo.
It's like tube transit systems. It's terrible. Gotta use the TTC and then you go to Mississauga, and I don't even know what that
Well-
one's called, but god damn it.
It used to be called
Mississauga
Mississauga Transit. Now it's called My Way.
Yeah.
But instead of MY, it's MI. You
Yeah.
get it?
Yeah, so
I
they could
didn't.
trademark it.
I saw that, and I'm like,
It's so
What the
that
fuck?
Limp Bizkit can't get in their way.
mm,
That would be a pretty good theme song for them. Just use Limp Bizkit My Way. That's all that plays on their buses.
That would really suck.
Alright, anyways, let's go straight into the show. Games are playing.
All right.
I'll start it off.
Oh, it's
I
starting
haven't
this
really
time.
been playing too much. Wow, we started. Anyways,
I know.
I've only been playing old games on the Vita. Something I noticed about golf games on the Genesis specifically is that they're pretty much like old DOS games. Old, like, golfing
Yeah.
games specifically. Like how they render the 3D is like they render the first part first, and then they'll like, it's weird. If you should play golf games in the 80s or 90s, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So yeah, and the golf
just
games on the Super
played
Nintendo. Sorry, what?
I just played golf. I didn't play golf games.
I did both. And now I'm a lazy fucker, so I just play golf video games. And then like the games on the Super Nintendo, they're pretty much just like 2D sprite based over the top angle, or like trying to think what other golf game is there. And it's weird because the Nintendo had a lot of the like 3D rendered stuff, which just looked super weird on a Nintendo, because you know it was a Nintendo. But yeah, I guess that's about it. I don't really have anything specific I want to bring up, I guess. The emulator better since last week on the Vita. So there's that.
So they run better?
Yes. The Super Nintendo emulator ran at 98%. So the only thing that you really notice with that 98% is that the audio would sometimes hitch. That was the only real thing you would notice. Otherwise, the game pretty much ran exactly the same, right? So I would play like Super Mario World. And yeah, sure, it was running at, 29 frames instead of 30, or 59 frames instead of 60. And it's like, it's not a big deal. But yeah, those games look really good on the original Vita screen, the OLED screens. If you have one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were my screens.
Mm-hmm. So there you go. That's all I've been playing.
Yeah, I was playing Fallout 4 again, mainly because
Nice.
I'm fucking around with my Crossfire setup on trying to figure out what the fuck. Because apparently if you're using XSplit or a recording device of some sort, Crossfire doesn't work.
Weird.
So AMD, get on your shit and fix that in your drivers, because that's the only thing that makes any fucking sense.
Crossfire's
How
its
they-
two
I don't-
graphic
Doesn't
cards,
AMD
right?
have their own recording program?
No, they link it
Isn't it
through.
like Play TV or something?
No, it's they have XSplit. They have you hit a button and it pops up XSplit.
Oh, okay.
So
But I tried two other programs as well and did the exact same thing. So
so the thing you're talking about is Crossfire is a dual video card thing, right?
yeah, so I
Okay.
have two HD 780, 7870.
Most people that I talk to that use any two graphic cards linked up seem like it's a negative thing to have, really. If you could stick to one graphic card, that is preferably what you should do in terms of
yes,
best performance and stuff.
Now, yes, it really comes down to the game is what it really is about. Like Fallout 4's support, let's use the word support, but isn't horrible. I'm essentially playing at like 140% of what my one GPU would be able to do. So I'm getting a 40% boost, so I can actually play at like 60 frames a second at 1080p with a fair bit of everything turned up to high. But I can't stream that way.
Mm-hmm. And I know that's XSplit likes to use the GPU if you have those options.
Yeah, and I'm assuming that's kind of what that is happening, is XSplit's kind of just using it for its own whatever, but there's no indication. Like, I have hardware monitor, and there's no indication that that GPU is even being used. It's sitting at 0%, so it's just sitting there being a lazy ass because of whatever software issues that's going on.
Well, also talking about Windows 10, like I also got that recently, right? And something I noticed is the Windows Defender likes to fucking use 100% of the disk sometimes when it does its scans. So you can't turn that off permanently without like doing some things going in the back and registering editing the registry, or there's other things too you can do, and that's kind of annoying. Now there's another thing that runs in the background constantly. It also has to do with the anti-malware that just is on Windows 10 anyways, and it's so annoying you have to turn that off. I'm imagining that maybe an update will fix that, but I don't know. That's been something that I've noticed.
I noticed my Defender thing is set up to go off at like 3 o'clock in the morning, so I don't have an issue with it. But yeah, I don't.
It's funny because the game that I got is pretty much lost by the extra shit that Windows runs on top of it.
Right. Now, I don't know if you ever noticed, but the issue I had was if I was playing a DX9 game, DirectX 9 game, it wouldn't work properly, if at all.
Well, I haven't played a game on Windows 10 yet.
Yeah.
I haven't even installed Steam yet.
I had to play in Windows mode or it wouldn't work.
That's weird.
And then some games, either you have to be in the game to change it to Windows mode. Now, I don't know if this was because I'm also on a dual monitor setup or whatever. The update fixed the issue, so now it works without any fucking problems. Mm-hmm. But like Windows 10 has been out for how long, and they just fixed it? Good job, Microsoft. Good job.
It's Windows 10 has its pluses, but a lot of it seems like the virus scanner and stuff, it seems like a good idea, right? But then it just completely obliterates my fucking computer. Just like 100% of the hard drive. Come on now, you don't need 100% of the fucking hard drive to do a scan.
I don't.
God.
I've never had that issue.
It happens every time it scans. Every time, 100% of the CPU, and then it's just like, well, shit, no, can't do anything. It's weird. It is weird, but it has stopped since I turned it off, so that's good. At first I thought it was a virus or something, but nope, just Windows. Just Windows.
Okay. Well, I have mine set up to a quick scan.
I have mine off completely now, so.
Yeah, and mine's set up for 3 a.m.
Yep.
So it goes off at 3 a.m. in the morning when I'm asleep, so I don't really care.
Sometimes I'm up at that time, so that's not a reliable way to do it for me.
I just checked mine. Mine goes off at like 7:15 in the morning. Or no. Never mind. I'm wrong. It did it like an hour ago.
Maybe that's why you're... No, I don't know. That's less than an hour.
No,
anyways, StarCraft 2, Steiner. You played StarCraft 2.
So I played some StarCraft 2, loaded that back up, and the reason I did that is because they added in that you actually see what your MMR is. So the way you actually go from like gold, silver, or I guess silver, gold, platinum is actually illustrated on the screen. So I just wanted to take a look at that and see how that all actually looked and worked and whatever. So it's I don't understand why that wasn't there 3 years ago. 'Cause it seems to be a pretty fucking simple, basic thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's there now, 4 years later.
Yep.
And then on top of that, I played some Super Mario Bros. NES styles, trying
On
to
the
show
NES?
my emulator.
Oh, okay.
Trying to show my daughter what the fuck gaming is. Or
This is what a
games
game
are.
is. You run to the right, and you gotta
Yep.
jump
And
sometimes?
jump, and then you get fireballs, and then throw the fireballs.
That's video games.
That's video
Yep.
games.
Yeah, no, I played a lot of that on the Vita. A lot of 1, 3, 2 on the Super Nintendo, because 2 on the Super Nintendo is the better. It's the better one. It's the one that they
Right.
actually put time in, I think. Because if you play Super Mario Bros. 1 on the Super, I kind of don't like it. Super Mario Bros. 3 is okay. It's pretty much the same game. But there's something about 2 on the Super Nintendo that's just, it's amazing. If you played the Game Boy Advance version of 2,
It's not really
that
Super
game.
Mario Brothers, so it's kind of just. It's only Super Mario Brothers in North America, maybe in Europe. I'm not sure about Europe.
The original, the original, just not Super, just Mario Bros.
Well, it's still Super Mario Brothers.
Are you,
The first
sure?
game was Super.
Are you sure?
That's the way it comes up on the screen.
Okay. I guess it's a little tiny Super at the top. All right, whatever.
The very first
Whatever.
one?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was still Super.
but the thing, like the second game, is only Mario in North America for sure, and I don't even know if it is in Europe. In Japan or whatever, it was called something completely different.
No, it's just called Mario Bros.
No, the first one says Super. It's really small.
Okay.
Oh,
on
you're
the
right.
title
It doesn't
screen,
say brothers though. It says bros. It does say bros.
Yeah, bros,
Oh,
not
oh,
brothers.
I swear it's just Mario Bros. I'm looking at it
No,
on
we're agreeing
Wikipedia
it's
right now.
Super Mario Bros.
No, I'm saying it's just
Oh,
Mario
yeah, no.
Bros.
The original packaging actually just says Mario Bros.
Yeah, on the screen it might say Super at the top, but who knows that?
No, you're right. I think you're right.
Oh yeah, no, it's the original one is Mario Bros. And then the side scroller is Super.
Yeah.
That's how you differentiate the two. Anyways, new releases this week. No Man's Sky. What?
Talk about the
The music's already playing, Curves. There's nothing I can do.
Oh, all right.
No, I stopped it. Go for it.
Well, I just got my graphics card today, so it's not a huge list.
What did you get? Your
Because
Graphis Ultra Pad? What did you get?
What?
Oh, your graphics card. Okay.
Yeah, I've been playing on my my CPU, like the default
The integrated.
integrated one. Yeah, sorry.
For some reason, I just heard Gravis, and I was like, "What?"
Well, it's been a while since I spoke, so my voice might not be. Anyways,
No,
yeah.
I'm in the game right now. It says Super Mario Bros.
Oh, in the game
Like
it
on
might
the
say
screen.
that. On the game it might say that.
Th-
But on the
that's name
cart
of the
it
fucking
says
game.
Mario Bros.
Does it-
On the actual cart, it says Mario Bros.
does
Anyways,
it matter?
go, keep going. Just ignore us.
I played a little bit of WoW. I tried the new
Dude, why
like,
are you playing WoW?
Why not?
Because he pays for it, he
It's
might as
fucking
well.
WoW.
Dude, why don't you pay that money for something else that's like worth it, like gas for your car or something?
Because I can afford gas.
Then Spotify or something. I don't know, something cool.
Played a little bit of that. Played a little bit of MLB. Pretty much the same. I guess there's really no point for me stopping the show.
You could get YouTube Red. I don't know. You could get something else. I don't know. Get something.
Why you gotta judge for?
I'm not judging.
I didn't
It's
judge.
WoW. I'm judging.
Yeah, you always judge though. That's just kind of your thing.
No, well, I like judging too. You got to use your judgment. Come on, people, don't be stupid. All
No,
right.
but I did finally get my graphics card. The store I ordered it from never got it. I ended up just walking into a different store and they had 4 on the shelf.
Yeah. So,
So-
you never actually paid for the one you asked for?
I did. I got my money back.
Okay.
Yeah. So what happened was back in July 2nd, I ordered the RX 480. And it was the it was
4 or 8. 4 or 8 gig.
8.
Okay.
Um,
You're not a dumbass. Good.
Yeah. I also had someone helping me too, so I can't take the full credit. Anyways, so I ordered the Gigabyte. They're all reference cards, all the same. I just got the Gigabyte one just because it matched my motherboard, even though it doesn't matter. That one was supposed to come in 2 weeks later. was the scheduled shipment, and then it got delayed, which is understandable. But then they weren't hearing any news about it. And then a few weeks ago, I decided to say, I said screw it, and I ordered in an XFX one because that's all they had available. It was a couple.
So, what store did you originally go to?
NCIX.
NCIX did not have any fucking cards.
They had other. It was what they were telling me was that the shipments from Gigabyte weren't coming in.
You went in person?
Yeah,
I believe that. In Toronto, they're assholes.
Well, it was Mississauga, but so anyways,
it's all the same. They get it from the same place.
They didn't know anything. Like the scheduled shipment date or receive date was July 14th.
Right.
And a month passed, or I guess it hasn't been. Oh yeah, it has been a month. And they had they hadn't the date on their system still said July 14th. They haven't heard anything from the Gigabyte or anything.
Wouldn't you have just gone in? Okay, I'll take an Asus or a fucking MSI. They didn't have any 480s.
Everything else was pre-order. That's the thing. Like all the ones they were getting in were already ordered. Like they're ordered for other people. So I'm like, okay, well, what's available? Like, what can you get me soon? And they're like, well, the XFX version, we have a couple extra ones on the West Coast that we can probably get to you in a week.
Fuck.
So I'm like,
she just said, do you have any 1060s or something?
Should have just gone to Canada Computers.
Those are factory overclocked, so they're a little bit more expensive, but it's not worth it. But I'm like, you know what? I just want my card. So I ordered one of those, and I told whichever one comes in first, that's the one I'll take. So a week goes by, and I call in, and they haven't gotten that one. So then I let a couple more days pass by, and then I'm like, screw this. I called Canada's Computers a few days ago, and they said they have two in stock at the moment.
You should have gone there to begin with.
Yeah, they have two. Well, whatever.
Well, NCIX is.
You should have gone there after.
Good.
You should have gone there after.
Anyways, they said they have two in stock and they get 4 a week.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh well, then screw this. I went in. I didn't cancel my order yet. I went in. I bought it. It's the MSI graphics card, and once I bought it, I went and canceled my 2 orders and got my money back. And now I finally have a fucking graphics card and I can stop playing games on low.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm planning on playing more games now that I have a computer that can play those games.
Yeah. Watch this. Next week he'll come back and it'll be WoW, maybe some emulator games, and then that's it.
It's gonna be WoW for sure.
What processor did you get? The i5
6500.
65. Okay.
All right, you done? You good? I can play the Pokemon sounding like music for the new releases now.
You may.
Okay, good. All right, good stuff. So No Man's Sky. I kind of want to play that, but I don't know if I want to pay full price for it. That's the problem.
I'm not interested.
I'm slightly interested. Like I said, though, I'm not paying full price for that thing.
The second I found out, it's not multiplayer, almost like pretty much at all. Like you can't, like you can be on the same planet as somebody and you won't be able to see them.
That's what it was from the beginning, though. I don't know.
No, well, from what they originally said is that it's all one universe. So if you run into somebody, you'll see them.
Yeah, no, you'll see.
Apparently, that's not true because 2 people already tried to meet up and they looked and they didn't see one another.
Yeah,
so apparently they have reasons for it.
I'm sure it might be in an update. Because the next,
they came out and said that they're not.
But even the creator of the game said, "Holy shit, 2 people actually met up," and then he read more and going, "Oh wait, there's a server issue." So he expected it to work, but then it didn't work because.
Again, I'm sure that's going to be fixed because look, it's No Man's Sky. There's 9 people in total working on it, maybe 8, 7, something like that.
I think it's 9.
So
no, it's only like 9
not a
people.
lot. It's not a lot.
But damn.
So yeah, I'm
that's
not
of
surprised.
actual programmers and whatever, not like.
Dude, I'm not surprised at all. And the thing about it is, I think people just blew it out of the water when they saw it at the Sony stage during E3. I think that did not do it any favors. In complete honesty.
Even with what everyone's seen, I was never really impressed. I was not impressed by it. Like I don't know. Like I never understood what all the hype was about.
For me, you know what it is? It's like Journey, but in space. That's kind of what I saw it as the whole time. I never saw it as this huge thing where you're gonna like, oh my god, we're gonna explore planets together, and we're gonna. Like, it was never that. For me, it was just about flying. That's what it seemed like. You just fly.
Well, a huge population of people that have been reviewing it saying it's Minecraft in space.
And even that
There's
I think would be generous. I think that's generous as saying.
Minecraft, though.
No, I think that's generous as saying. I don't think it's that complex either.
Right.
Anyways, yeah, I don't know.
Well, you think, you break things down, get them, and make new things, and then you fly around.
Yep, and get more stuff until you get everything.
Because even the way you buy shit is all essentially just you go to your main ship and then go to a terminal, and then you're just going through menus to buy stuff. So you're not even like in Destiny. You have to like go run up to the weaponsmith and then go to get a new quest and then go. You're not even doing that. You're just at a terminal going through a list. Because it's only 9 people making this fucking game, and they did it like they must have made this game for nearly nothing, and they've sold like 7 million copies or something stupid like that.
Yep. Hey, it worked on terms of on the part of Sony. It worked out. We'll see where it goes from here.
Yes.
I don't know. All right. Something that came out this week: Indigo Prophecy. It just never dies. It's out on the PS4 this week.
Jesus.
Something called Brutal. I screwed up the.
Brutal Legend.
No, it's just called Brutal with an at.
Brutal.
Instead of the.
I never actually played that game. That's the Jack
It's
Black
okay.
game,
Brutal Legend is okay.
Brutal Legends was.
It starts out better than it ends.
Yeah, I'll go with yeah.
Because there's so many.
Just like Suicide
No, well,
Squad.
there's so many. Sure, there's so many parts of that game that they didn't even
Actually,
reveal before the game even came out. When I played that, I was like, "Whoa, what?" Like half the game is not even what they showed off. A third of the game, like 2/3 of the game, I would say, is not even what they showed off. Anyways, and then Mario Sports Mix for the Wii U. It has volleyball and like ice hockey and a bunch of stuff on it.
Sports mix.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it just be like Mario
Olympics.
Sports? So that
No, because they did that
why is
Sonic
it
game
mix?
already. Because they did that Mario and Sonic at the Olympics games. If you want to buy the Olympics games, you get that one. This is like a bunch of stuff, like ice hockey. It's weird.
It's a cash grab.
It's weird. It's made by Square Enix, and they made a bunch of stuff before, so I don't know if it's just a bunch of their games just repackaged in this, or if they made totally new games. I have no idea. I looked at it. There's like I think there's Final Fantasy characters in there, and there's what's the game with the slimes? I forget what that is. Dragon
The slimes?
Yeah, the rocket slimes. It's a Square Enix game. Dragon something? Anyways, it's an RPG. It's pretty crazy. It's
Dragon Quest?
Yes. Yep. It is a Dragon.
Rocket Slimes?
Yeah.
I know of the game. I don't think I've ever really seen it.
I don't know. It's a slime, and it has a rocket on it sometimes.
Yeah, Dragon Quest is a massive game in Japan.
Yes. All right, so there we go. That's the new releases. Let's go to the gaming news of the week. Hey, we got some stuff this week. Some stuff.
Holy
Not
shit!
a lot.
A gaming show about gaming
I know.
news.
Well, I don't know if I would call this a gaming show now. It's just an overall nerdy show. I nerd out on MMA and wrestling. I'm a nerd for those things. All right. Apparently, there's Overwatch porn. That's the thing that exists.
Are you surprised?
No, but well, kind of, honestly. Yes, a little bit.
How does it work, or what?
It's just the porn that has, those characters in it. And
So it's the
storylines.
characters from the game in a porn.
Yes.
Meaning like actors or actresses.
Oh yeah,
or
this is probably like
dressing up
Vivid or what's the other one? That starts with a Z.
Did they come up with a clever title for it?
Probably. There's also a
you don't
Suicide
know what
Squad
it is?
porn too. There's a bunch of those porns. So
I highly doubt you don't know what the title is.
I have no idea. I literally found out
I'm looking.
before. I literally found out before the show from a YouTube video of it's like a reaction video of YouTube of cosplayers. They're like cosplaying Overwatch and are watching the Overwatch porn.
Nice.
I'm trying to find the name
Is
of
it
it.
guys or girls cosplay?
I think it's 3 girls and a guy.
Blizzard are taking down Overwatch porn. That's the only thing I got.
Oh, that's funny.
Well,
That's
because if
funny.
they called it Overwatch, yeah, there's a
No, there's no
lawsuit
way
right
it's
there.
called Well, maybe it. Maybe
Let's see if
over.
I can.
It's probably spelled like over dash watch or something to get around.
Trying
it.
to see if I can find the name of it in this article. Oh no, this is just about Rule 34 posts and stuff.
Okay, all right. I'm going to the next thing while you look that stuff up. Have fun. Pirates claim to have cracked the Denuvo, which is like that fancy new PC encryption for games. We've talked about this like the last time we were on in like 2013, where they were trying to crack it, and I think they got one of the FIFA games had Denuvo, or Winning 11-7 or something had Denuvo, and they cracked that one game. But now it's possible that's all the games are gonna be cracked. I think EA might use Denuvo a lot in their games.
Oh, it's not live action porn that they're talking about. Sorry, I know you moved on.
Oh, it's like porn from the game.
But people are using Source Filmmaker to use the actual character models.
That's funny. Okay, that's even funnier than porn then.
And they're
Yeah,
putting
that's
on,
actually
like,
pretty funny.
on Tumblr, Reddit, and Pornhub and stuff.
It was blurred when I watched it, so I couldn't tell if it was.
Of course, it was blurred.
Oh,
Or you can't have boobs and bad on YouTube.
hey,
Yeah.
Curbs, I'm just gonna break this for some. I'm just gonna stop this for some breaking news. Apparently, Damien Sandow is a TNA guy now.
Yeah, he signed, I think, yesterday.
All right then. Well, apparently he's on the show tonight.
What, on an episode of
I
TNA?
think so.
Interesting. I didn't think they did. They don't do that show live though. That's
They
weird.
don't, but the tapings might have just started. Because I know that
Oh,
the
it could have taped
tapings
it last week, maybe.
I know that the
Maybe he
tapings
signed
with
earlier.
all the Hardy stuff has been done for a while. So, Jeremy's telling me that it is live. So there you go. TNA is live tonight.
Really?
That's ridiculous. I kind of want.
When has
Can we
TNA
stop
been
doing this?
live?
Okay, I'm leaving. I'm back. I'm gonna be back after the. I'm kidding. Anyways, back to gaming stuff. Back to gaming stuff. We'll talk about wrestling later. The PS4 firmware 3.55. You know how the Vita got cracked last week? Well, the PS4 got cracked too. It's a very similar crack that you go through the web browser, but this one doesn't appear to be a kernel exploit, which means you can't actually write data to the actual PS4. You can only write stuff to like the memory card and like external data. So you can't actually do anything to the PS4 right now, but it's possible you'll be able to play emulators and stuff on it. So we'll see how that goes. Henkaku, which is the PS Vita hack, is pretty cool, and I can't wait to see what they do with that. Because a Vita, like if you remember the PSP when that came out, you could do it right away. When it came out in Japan, you could do homebrew right away. It was not even protected. They were just like, "Hey, we figured it out. Here you go."
I remember that.
Yeah. So since day one on the PSP, the emulation has been excellent, and on the Vita, it's kind of not so great. So I'm looking forward to this and seeing what they can do with the power of the Vita, because it's way more powerful than the PSP was. And I would still use the PSP if I could right now in terms of an emulator machine. Anyways, the biggest news of the week, though. So the PS4 Neo got an event scheduled for next month, September 7th. So we're going to get to learn about the Neo for real now.
Now, was that confirmed that because I heard that Sony PlayStation division was putting together an event.
Yeah, but what else could they
and
announce?
It was assumed, PlayStation VR.
Yeah, but that's already announced. They're not going to do that.
I have heard from other podcast
So
sources that it is confirmed. So
It is okay.
Well, so
no,
here's where
what I heard, it was just that it was, and then the person assumed that was about Neo, but they didn't know for sure.
Oh, me too. Like the only confirmed stuff that I read here, like there's a few sites I trust for confirmed stuff, and Ars Technica is one of them. When they say something is true, I will believe them. All they've confirmed is that it's a PlayStation event. It's just a PlayStation event, but
okay.
it's gotta be about this thing, because I mean the new
either
Xbox.
the Neo or the VR, I don't see it being about anything else.
Well, yeah. Well, the new Xbox just came out, right? And the newer Xbox is going to be out next year. I think that they're probably jumping the gun a little bit, but whatever. Because the VR, yeah, you're right. VR is coming out so soon. Like, why fuck up your message?
The VR is coming out October 13th or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, like a month after.
Yeah. Right. So that date makes a lot of sense for pre-reviewing crap. Of saying like, this is how you're going to be getting this is how it's going to work.
Oh, hey.
These are the games you're going to be looking at.
Curbs.
But like,
yeah,
we're
So-
not in that.
that new Xbox that just came out, turns out it actually runs some games better
Then
than the older
That
Xbox.
makes sense.
No, well, it wasn't supposed to, right? Because the new Xbox was only supposed to be like a
Yeah,
better
but it's
playing.
going to be cooler, so there's going to be less thermal throttling, which means there's going to be less
I
issue.
find
like,
it interesting that
like, what do you, like,
they already
better
well because
would
here's the
only
thing.
be a couple percent better.
A few games that run better is like some launch games, and I find it interesting that launch games have that ability to already like kind of say, hey, use a little bit of extra power if you have it. You know, it's interesting to me that a console game was already programmed like that since the start.
Well, it's just the number of frame rate that you'd be able to consistently get at the core speed that you're at.
Yeah, I guess if it is cooler and
like, yeah, so if you're cooler, there'd be less thermal throttling, which then you could then run at a
it's
higher.
still interesting to me that the new
or
Xbox
continually
runs
run
those
at a
games.
higher frame rate opposed to
'Cause,
like buffering or
what's
buffering off the right.
what was that like 300 like game at launch at Rise with a Y?
Yeah.
That game runs at like 5 frames better. That's fucking insane. That game already looked good. But yeah,
Well,
to me
it
it's
looked
interesting.
good, but from what I remember hearing is it didn't run very well.
For what I remember hearing, it was mostly 30. Mostly 30. It dipped maybe a little bit below occasionally, but not too much.
Well, the thing is, nothing will go over 30 on Xbox or PS4.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure a lot of games go
Well,
60.
okay, that might not be true. Like some of the staple games, like most games are capped at 30.
Well, they'll always try to do 30 to get the better graphics, but I mean, there's a lot of games that'll focus on doing the 60. Burnout Paradise is one of
I
them.
do think like Halo and stuff like that does a higher frame rate because it's supposed to be the
Well, I mean,
multiplayer aspect of it.
one of the
But
Halos
that's
was
again in
definitely.
multiplayer. I think they go higher than 30.
But like
I don't know about the single player.
I said, Burnout Paradise. That was the one game I can remember for sure that was 60 and it looked amazing and it ran at 60 all the time.
The Ratchet and Clank games typically ran at 60 as well on the PlayStation 3.
Mm-hmm. And that has a terrific draw distance too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the textures and all that type of stuff were very cartoonish, so they weren't very high end quality. So they were able to run around shit. And I think the last 2 games that they did were actually only at 45 opposed to 60 anyways.
Oh yeah. Hey, anything above 30, if it runs constantly, I don't care. Anything above 30. If it's 45 and you want to complain that it's not 60, that's stupid. If it's at 45 all the time consistently, that's fucking awesome. I love
Most
45.
people can't tell the difference between 45 and 60 anyway. So it's 30 and 45, most people can tell the difference, but
I don't know if I can tell
doesn't
that
really
much of
matter.
a difference between 30 and 45, but 30 and 60 is just like, whoa. And then when you jump to 30, and then when you jump from 60 to 120, it's like, holy shit, my eyes, I don't even know what's going on.
Well, the thing is, to get to 120 though, your computer has to be fucking good.
Well, it's not my computer. It was a computer. It was. I don't even remember what the first 120 thing I watched, but it wasn't. It was on the TV or something.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Well,
If your eyes are not used to seeing 120 that first time, it's like whoa. But then once you get used to it, it's just like yeah, okay. So there you go. Gaming news. I'm done. Hey, Curbs. Let's start with wrestling this week. Oh. He might not be here, so I'm gonna start it alone.
Herbs is gone.
I'm
I'm
here.
out in the corner jerking
Can
it.
you hear me? I was not.
He heard that all the frames you were producing over here, and he was like, all
Skype
those
is
frames.
a bit choppy today, though.
Have you ever watched porn in 60 frames? That's pretty interesting.
Have you ever watched what?
Porn. Porn. Porn.
Porn? Porn?
Yes.
I've seen it once or twice.
Well, in 60 frames is what I'm asking. Steiner doesn't even need to answer. I already know his
probably not.
answer. It's already yes, him. But no, it's interesting. It's moves faster.
Is it like you're there?
Moves faster. It's not moving faster. It's moving smoother.
Sure. All right.
Well, technically, like it's just the same amount of time to show the image. The same amount of time passes. There's just more. It's smoother.
I don't have I talked to VR. Have I talked VR porn here before? Was that a thing I talked here? Did that happen?
Ish. I brought it up at one point in time,
Okay.
and then you said something about it.
Did you actually see VR porn?
I have not.
Oh, man.
I saw a YouTube video talking about how they make it.
I don't care how they make it because I already know it's it's like a Google Maps camera, but just there. It's just a bunch of what's it called, like GoPros taped together so that you can all
Pretty
like
close to
stitch
it,
them
yeah.
up. Anyways,
The main process was they were talking about how they stitch it together.
no, I wish I had somebody that did experience that because it is weird. It's weird. You feel something when you watch that. It's like she's like actually in front. Like I'm having sex with a porn star right now. Like right now, even. And then what is it? Pornhub has something with fleshlight, right? And they have like a little sensor in it, so like it detects like when you're going up and down. So it's synchronized with your strokes. It's imagine that with VR. The endless possibilities. Anyways, okay, WWE Raw. I'll start that music up again. There you go.
There's music for wrestling?
Yeah, it's just old
cool.
music that I had for other stuff that we don't do anymore. All right.
Nice.
So here's the thing. I have a lot of notes this week. So you just run it.
I just have the raw results page.
You run down the results, and then if I have anything to say, I'll say stuff.
Okay. Well, it's gonna be difficult because Skype is choppy for me today. Anyways,
that new graphics card.
I don't think it's that.
I don't think it's coming from you there, Matt.
Oh no, I'm blaming his graphics card. I'm good.
I'm blaming your internet or something.
Anyways, because I actually hear Steiner just fine.
Oh,
it's only Matt that I hear an issue. Yeah.
Oh, weird.
Anyways, so the Raw started off with another Jericho Enzo Amore match, I guess. Was there a promo before this? There should have been, right? It's been a long week for me. The match itself, I do remember. It was good. It ended in a disqualification with Jericho winning after... sorry, Jericho had Kevin... I'm all over the place right now.
Okay. I'm going to interrupt you real quick because...
that's better.
Well, so it opened with Cass and Enzo, right? They were the very first thing you saw on Raw.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I don't know how to feel about those two, but I love Jericho. I love Jericho. I love them.
Hold on.
Yeah, okay.
You don't like Enzo and Cass?
Not really. Not in terms of a wrestling act. They can come out and talk all they want. That's fine. But the second they start wrestling, Cass is infinitely more interesting, and he never wrestles in their matches. It's always just Enzo getting his ass kicked.
I think that's the issue. But that's not really... I think that's more booking than it is their fault.
I don't know. Enzo can take a good ass kicking, but last week I think was a good example of Enzo not being able to work singles wise. Because I loved Cass when Enzo was injured. Cass was good in the ring alone. Enzo though, with Jericho, not so much. That match was okay.
It was. Yeah, I mean, they're not going to put on. He's a tag team guy, anyways.
I love Jericho
right.
though. I love Jericho. That's just that might be something that is blinding me right now. It's just I love those two so much, and the way they interact with each other is so hilarious.
It is funny, and I do, like I said last week, I do like Chris Jericho's new persona he's got, where he's kind of like trying to come up with excuses, but not coming up with good ones. Or he's trying to lie. He's not doing a really good job of it.
Everything that Jericho has done since he's been heel has been amazing.
Well, he's one of the best heels in the business. But you're right. It wasn't a great match. It ended when Kevin Owens interfered behind the ref's back. Cass sees it, and he comes into the match and interferes, and he's not so good at being subtle. And the ref sees him, so he gives the win to Chris Jericho. It makes sense. I mean, I guess this feud... Do they have a match at SummerSlam?
Well, so that's the thing. After the match, Enzo and Cass, they challenged them, and up at the ramp, they didn't even have a mic. They were just like, "Yeah, we'll take it, woo!" Oh, here's the thing, though. The end, I hated everything about this. Everything, and literally everything. I hated it. Sucked so bad. The first 30 minutes of this Raw sucked so bad. I hated it. But
it was a long match.
But everything about Jericho, even after the match, where like Jericho got kicked in the head and he was like, "Oh, yeah, I won. Oh, my head. Yeah." That was awesome. Everything about that, I fucking love them. But man,
this might not be in your notes.
Yeah,
I missed this if they did say it on air.
What?
But I'm looking at these results on their website, and it calls them the Canadian Destroyers. So
that's a stupid name. They
is
should.
pretty stupid.
I've never heard that on the broadcast. Hopefully, they never bring that up again.
I don't. Yeah, I don't. I think it's just this writer, and because then afterwards he goes somewhere. Jimin Marvin Luther weeps for what might have been, because Jericho has left him behind for Kevin Owens. That was
Sure.
Jimin Marvin Luther was the made up person that Jericho said had his back.
Oh yeah, the made up name, sure.
The Jimin Marvin Luther.
Yes.
Um,
Okay. I'm gonna
then
set
we-
up the next thing because all you're gonna do is say the results, anyways. No, so
well,
this okay.
no,
So the
I was
pre-fight.
gonna say the pre-fight interview.
Oh yeah, so the pre-fight interview of the next fight, which is a squash match for what's the name again? I was gonna say Bray
Braun
Wyatt.
Strowman.
Almost.
I thought you had it written down.
Braun
Brett.
Strowman.
I thought you had it written down.
No, well, I wrote down that they messed up this guy's name over and over. It was Durrell, and then sometimes it was Jarrell Nelson, but it was actually Durrell Nelson. That
on the
was his
website.
name.
Guess what it says on the website?
Does it say Jarrell?
It says Jarrell.
I still don't know what his name then.
Jorel.
It's Jarrell or Durrell. It's one of those
I
two.
think it's Jarrell on here. So
Sure, whatever his name. He was so scared he didn't talk during his pre-fight interview. So scared.
and that was great, dude. That was perfect.
I liked how they did it better this time because they actually gave the jobber his own entrance,
Yeah.
and they did the pre-fight interview in the back instead of in the ring, which I thought was better. I like that better.
I just like how the fact that they had him have like he was terrified in his I mean, I guess the other guys were terrified too, but they spoke, and
Yes.
it was like this guy was just you can just see the fear on his face, and even his entire entrance, he was walking slowly and unsure of himself and staring at Braun Strowman like he was about to die. It was great. It's a good way to job to somebody. I missed the next match.
Oh,
I
well,
was done with that.
So it's not the next match; it's the next segment. P Diddy or Puff Daddy or Puffy
I got
or whoever he is nowadays. He
I thought
came
it was
out,
just Diddy or something stupid, but yeah.
whatever his name is. So
Isn't he going by his actual name now?
well, Sean Diddy Combs.
Sean Pity. Yeah.
Anyways, whatever the hell he goes by. Didn't you find it interesting that like he was a guest host and he didn't do anything except pop up in the back for like 2 seconds?
I think that was perfect, though. I think that's
yeah,
what.
sure, but don't
He was-
call him a guest
first of all,
host then. He's not
They
a
didn't
host.
call him a guest host. He called him a guest.
Oh, just a guest.
The special. It was a special guest appearance because he's
Okay.
doing the soundtrack.
Foley
for,
just wanted them tickets.
2K17.
Okay, I guess so. For some reason, I thought guest host because Raw has those guest hosts.
You're used to. Yeah, they haven't had those in a lot.
Yeah, I'm used to crappy Raw.
Thank
That's the
God.
problem.
I think this was the perfect way to have a guest. Just have them in one small segment that
Well-
advertise why they're there.
So
and that's it.
Foley now has his iPad, which earlier he only had his notepad, and Stephanie was like, "How
wasn't
do
it
you feel
this
about
week that he was on the phone?
Yeah. Earlier he was on the phone with Steph, and she called him out, and he was like, "No, yeah, I am using that iPad," and he wasn't.
Yeah. And then later that night he was using
Yeah,
it.
this is that moment right now.
Oh right, sorry, that's right.
Yeah. So I thought the best thing about this whole segment was that they brought up Big E and his injured testicles. Ding ding.
Well-
That's Big E's testicles. They hurt really bad.
I like the whole injury thing. It takes him off TV and kind of lets Xavier Woods shine a little bit more. I don't. I think they might drop the titles, man.
Oh, I think that they might at SummerSlam. Yeah, why not?
Especially if Big E's not back. I think they
Why
might
not?
drop the titles.
He won't be back. That's the thing. It's Kofi Kingston at SummerSlam. Kofi Kingston, and sorry.
And Xavier Woods.
Yes, and Xavier Woods. Yes.
And
I
it's
meant
going to
say Xavier
suck,
Woods.
but as long as they keep the team together and they're still getting TV time. And
Oh yeah,
still-
no,
they do.
I think it's been a long time coming. I don't think they need the
Yeah.
belts to do whatever the
They
fuck they're
don't.
doing.
They
No.
definitely don't.
No.
And I'm sure they'll get the belts back in the future, anyways.
So I'm going to bring this up later. We'll talk about Big E's balls later. All right.
Okay.
So then after the commercial break here, it was Darren Young and Titus O'Neil again.
Are these guys feuding now?
I guess so, but the first match was bad. This one was even worse. This one was
Oh.
even worse. I hated this match.
What do you? Because I actually missed this. I don't know how I did. I was watching.
All they did was they reversed the ending. So Darren Young got the tights at the end, and why am I blanking on his name?
Titus O'Neil.
No,
because
the-
he's boring.
No.
Nobody likes him.
Oh,
Bob Backlund.
Yeah, Bob Backlund. He had his turn he had his back turned to the action, so he did not see Darren Young cheating. So he was like, "Yeah!" So that's a storyline.
Wait, Bob Backlund's still alive?
Yes,
Yeah.
Bob Backlund's not that. He's still not in shape. I mean, he's old, but he's not. He's all right.
He's all right.
Yeah, I don't ever think he did too much steroids, so I think he's good.
I think the problem with these matches and why they're bad is like we know, like, I think Darren Young can wrestle. I think we've seen him have decent matches. I've never seen a really good match with Titus O'Neil. I don't like Titus O'Neil. I really don't.
This whole angle is I want them to stop it.
I
But
like
it's
the
not
whole
gonna
Darren
stop.
Young Bob Backlund thing though.
No, I never liked that.
Really, I like
No.
it. I think it's, and especially the one thing I do like out of this whole thing is that he's starting to do things that Bob Backlund wouldn't necessarily.
And they called the crossface chicken wing at Battlegrounds. It wasn't even a crossface chicken wing.
Yeah, that's
Fucking
true.
god damn it. What was it? It was just like a what's the move
I
that
remember, but it wasn't.
a camel clutch. It was just a camel clutch.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Well,
I saw
camel
that.
clutch is something completely different than the crossface chicken wing.
They-
Yeah, it doesn't even.
They
look the
kind of
same.
they kind
No,
of look
not
similar.
really.
The only difference, the difference with the camel clutch is that like you have your opponent's hand involved, and the crossface chicken wing is like across the face, and you know. Anyways,
the
you don't
camel
have your
clutch
opponent's.
was that not a freaking
It
where
was
you were sitting on the
Sergeant
guy and
Slaughter's
pulling up his?
finisher.
No, not Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah, it was the camel
Yeah,
clutch.
it was. I think you're talking about the wrong move then.
Camel, no,
Curbs
I guess
is right.
No, okay, it was. No,
But
you're right.
He
You're
was
right.
doing the camel clutch though instead of.
No,
the
for some
CrossFit.
reason I'm it was Iron Sheik. I'm saying Iron Sheik did the fucking camel clutch first.
Slaughter did it.
Not
Both of them did.
Slaughter.
They both did it.
Slaughter
Yeah,
did it.
Yes,
Slaughter
yes, but
definitely did it.
that's Iron Sheik's move. That's what I was
Okay,
going to say.
but I'm not
Yes,
wrong.
Fair enough.
If you want to talk about the move, it's Iron Sheik's move.
You're trying to prove me wrong on something that
No,
I'm
I'm
not
not proving
wrong
you
on.
wrong. He did it, but it's Iron Sheik's
No,
move.
yes, the
Right.
camel clutch is Sheik's move. Like that name is
The
to
name,
the Iron
but it's the
Sheik.
exact same move as the
Yes,
Slaughter.
Yes.
And Slaughter.
Sergeant
I
Slau-
think they even call
Where
it. the
does
same
Sergeant
thing.
Slaughter
was the
go
thing he did.
that have any camels? He's from America.
Doesn't
There's no
matter.
camels in
Still
America.
called it the camel clutch.
No, but the thing is, it was freaking. The Iron Sheik I believe, was Canadian. Was he not?
He might have been born here, but he's definitely some kind of Iranian dude.
Descent, yeah, sure, but I'm pretty sure he was born in Canada. But yeah, they called him
Born-
freaking
where is
Iron
it?
Sheik.
Born in Iran.
Yeah,
apparently.
yeah, He might have lived in Canada, but I'm pretty sure he was.
I don't think he even
like,
lived in Canada. They call him an Iranian American.
Because I believe he was from like the Calgary
That's
area.
Wikipedia
He was.
though. So
Well,
Okay.
I don't know where he was born, but I believe he was with the Hearts at one point. In
Okay,
time.
let's talk about the second hour of Raw. We're getting into that second hour right now. It starts with Seth Rollins, and he was calling out Finn Balor for his name.
I liked it.
Yeah?
I felt like it went on. He was going
It
on
did
a little
go long.
too long.
That's the only
think
thing I was gonna
He
say.
kind of started to repeat himself a little bit.
That's the only thing I was
near
going to
the
say.
end, but
It was
it
very
was good.
It was very
It was
good,
a
except for
good
how long it
intensity.
went.
Yeah.
Yes. He called out, he was his Jared Leto to his Heath Ledger, and everybody was like, ooh.
First of all, I saw Suicide Squad the other day, and I might get hate for this, but I actually really liked it. So
Sure.
it was really good, and also
Sure.
Jared Leto, really good as Joker.
For 10 minutes.
It's a little bit more than 10 minutes.
No, it's 10 minutes.
I saw the movie.
It's straight up 10 minutes. They calculated it. Altogether, it's 10 minutes. How long do you think
mean-
that movie is?
I mean, it was a perfect 10 minutes. I'm just saying. But anyways, I did like how he referred to the fact that Finn Balor is not his real name.
Is Seth Rollins his real name?
No, he
Okay,
said
alright.
that Finn Balor is not. This isn't the identity that he made his name by. Like,
Well,
obviously
yeah,
referring to the
Seth
fact that
Rollins
he
didn't
was-
make his name by...
What do you? What do you?
wrestling.
What
He
do
was in
you
Japan and he
trying to
used
call me out
another
now?
name. How dare he? How dare he do that?
I know, but. I don't even know how to respond to that.
No, because the only reason I feel it's weird is because fucking Seth
like-
Rollins used another name. So that's the only reason I feel
But
it's
he's
weird.
a heel, so he doesn't have to, like, he's gonna contradict himself and deny it.
Sure. That's the only
He
reason
doesn't
I feel
care.
it's. I liked it. Like I said, I agree with you. Too long. That's the only thing. Too long. It was like a good 20, 25 minutes of just him talking about the same shit. We get it. It was interesting that his take was live and then later Finn's was not live, but we'll talk about that in a second.
Finn's had a good one though. I liked it.
You keep going down the results because I'm not sure if I have the right thing next.
The next one, according to the internets, is Cesaro defeating Sheamus in another fucking phenomenal match.
It was a good match.
These guys can go.
I'm
I
glad that
always knew
Cesaro
could
won.
wrestle.
I'm glad that Cesaro won
Well, yeah,
twice. No,
of
that's a
course.
good thing. That never happens. I
Yeah,
was not
it
expecting
is.
that, to be honest.
The 50-50, maybe the days of the 50-50 booking is over. Maybe.
I don't think it's over,
Probably
but like,
not.
especially just because it was Sheamus. That's
But here's the thing: that if anything, like honestly, these matches have kind of made Sheamus look strong, even though he's lost them. Because they've been just really brutal, really good matches. And I always knew like Sheamus could wrestle, but these two matches last week and this week have proven that he can go, and he can be really entertaining. So I was impressed by both of them.
I always thought
really
Sheamus
enjoyed the
could
match.
go. It's just there's a lot of booking that's just weird in the WWE, and so far
He's been booked pretty badly.
Yes,
He's been the victim
yes.
of the fact that they were trying to push Roman Reigns, and Sheamus was a transfer
and
champion.
yeah, that's the exact thing. Even
that
when he
hurt
had the
him. That hurt
championship
him a
the last
lot.
time, it was just like, who cares? Like we can see what's going on.
It's weird because like the first time he was champion, he was dominant. He was dominant, and then
Well,
his
he's
last
Triple
couple
H's
times as
buddy, right?
champion, he just looked weak. He was a cowardly champion, and that's not the type of character that Sheamus is. So it just felt weird and off. But I think these last couple matches have kind of helped build him up again, and he needed that. Winning a match isn't the only way to make someone look strong.
Well, yes,
I think he
and I
looked
think
really
the
strong.
ending of this Raw is a very good example of that.
Yes.
So
And I'm really glad this feud is actually continuing as a feud.
we'll talk
'Cause
about
these guys.
We'll talk about the
put
very
on some
ending at the end, but yeah, no, the ending. I think it made everybody look better.
Yeah.
Everybody, all the three
Everybody,
guys in that end.
Right.
Anyways, Neville and Sin Cara were up next as a team.
I just want to talk about. So I watched the Raw
yeah.
pre-show,
Okay.
and they showed it during Raw, but basically they were interviewing Neville. He was having a
Oh
match.
yeah, I
and
saw.
everything.
Yes, I saw this.
And the Dudley Boys, came and started making fun of him and like, hey, you find a tag team partner and meet us in the ring, blah blah blah, all that. So the Dudley Boys come out. Fast forward to Raw, Dudley Boys come out. I'm actually excited. I'm like, oh man, who's Neville gonna pick? Like maybe it's probably gonna be someone we haven't seen in a while. Maybe someone hasn't been getting. Maybe it's a return. Maybe it's who just got the contract last week.
I would tell you, but I don't know.
It was the
Is it one of the CWC guys?
no, it was on TV. It was the guy that he beat. He super kicked Heath Ledger.
Jinder Mahal.
Or Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger.
Jinder Mahal.
Jinder Mahal. Yeah, man, I'm like maybe it's gonna be like, no, it was Sin Cara, and this was probably the most disappointing part.
Well, it's fuck because they split up the fucking dragons, the Lucha Dragons, and then there
Which
he
they
goes,
still
Sin Cara
both
straight
use
in the fucking tag.
The exact same music.
I have no problem with the I have no problem with that. He can keep that fucking music.
They're
I
on
don't
different
care.
shows.
I don't care. The music is fine. It works. Okay, people will say Lucha and people will get entertained. But like just putting him back in a tag team right away, great.
Just take the
Awesome.
mask off him and let him be Hunico again.
Yeah,
Or-
why not? Why not?
Like he's not he's not really much of a cruiserweight.
He's not as shitty as the original Sin Cara. And
He's not.
We know he's not the original Sin Cara, so why not just fucking take the mask? We
yeah,
know.
just
We know who
get
he
rid of him.
is.
Anyways, I kind of after I saw Sin Cara come out, I kind of ignored this match. So
I
don't
do
really
like
know
his
it.
black outfit. That's the only thing I'm going to say. That black outfit's pretty cool, but
Was he fabulous in it?
no. Glorious? Is that what you wanted to say?
Glorious, Bobby Roode.
I thought maybe you were pointing to that, but I guess not. Just
I
fabulous. Maybe you were talking about that other person who says
I was
fabulous.
implying that you watch wrestling just for the fashion statements and stuff.
No,
was
that's why
trying
I
to-
watch K-pop.
I was trying to take shots at you, but
Anyways.
it clearly went over your head.
Dude,
anyways,
the next thing was amazing. I loved this next thing. Rusev and Lana, their wedding
Finally.
celebration. So the first thing I noticed right off the bat is that Lana was not wearing her wedding dress. Not wearing her wedding dress. So
No. But it was a celebration. It wasn't the wedding itself.
Yeah, but she wore that wedding dress last week, and she was just there's nothing. It was just, hey, I'm wearing this dress.
She doesn't want to ruin her wedding
well,
dress.
we know why she didn't want to ruin it now. Anyways.
Yeah.
No, I kind of had an inkling that would happen just because of that dress. Oh. Anyways. Rusev and Lana just talked forever. They talked forever, and it never stopped.
That's the point, though.
Yes.
That's just them getting heat from the audience.
It went on a little bit too long, like 5 minutes. Like when they did that slideshow, that's when Roman Reigns should have came out. But they talked even longer after that. Anyways, that's my only complaint with that whole thing.
It just made Roman Reigns even more welcome when he finally showed up.
Sure. So Roman Reigns came out and he asked him for a toast. And the funny thing is that he poured 4 drinks and he just drank one of them right away. He's like, I need this one right now. It's cool.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty funny. So he threw a challenge at him for SummerSlam. Rusev did not accept.
Yeah.
So that happened. And then Roman Reigns said that he was expecting more of Rusev, like Lana was of Rusev on his wedding night or their wedding night. Ooh, that's a pretty big dig right there.
Yeah.
So the payoff of this whole thing is that Roman Reigns shoves Rusev, and then Rusev ends up into Lana, and then Lana ends up into the cake.
That's a cake I'd like to eat.
Oh my god! Did you see how awesome? Like, I've seen cake jobs in WWE often, but like she threw herself into that cake, and it was everywhere. She made it look.
I'm looking
amazing.
at pictures right now.
She made it look amazing.
She's covered.
Mm-hmm. And it was red too, so it kind of looked like maybe she was in a massacre or something. It was cool. It's cool the way he did this.
Afterwards, Rusev went to go complain about Roman Reigns to Mick Foley, who in turn decided to
make a match
for the title at SummerSlam. So the complaining,
like, yeah.
The complaining like, completely backfired on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because Rusev was like, yeah, I want that match, but you were like 2 minutes ago you didn't want it.
Oh,
I guess the pushing the wife into the cake thing changed his mind.
Or maybe he didn't. Maybe he was so focused on the fact that he's going to be fighting Roman Reigns that he forgot that. Oh shit, the title's on the line.
Sure.
Who knows?
So is the next thing ring post-itis? Is that the next thing?
What?
Ring post-itis. Is that the next thing? Did you watch?
Ring post-itis? Yes. Oh no, because that was just before the match, right?
Well, in my notes it's the next thing, but I know I missed some stuff.
There was the women's match.
Oh yeah, see, I don't care about that match.
I had no problem with the match itself, especially now.
Well, just say who it is. Just say who it is first.
It was the champion Sasha Banks defeating Dana Brooke. Mm-hmm. No title was on the line. However, this is the thing that I didn't like about it. If Sasha lost, then Dana Brooke would be allowed at ringside for Charlotte's match with Sasha Banks. If Sasha Banks won, Dana Brooke would be banned from ringside. Now, it's not the stipulation that I had a problem with. It's how the stipulation came to be.
Yeah, because it seemed like she was happy to just do the 2-on-1 right away, right?
She asked for it. And it's like, why are you asking for this?
And then why are you accepting the match?
Not only did she accept, not only did she ask for a handicap match, but then she also was the one that said, and if they win, then Dana Brooks can come to the ringside or whatever.
Yeah, like, and she's banned from ringside now, so that makes even less sense. Everything about this made no sense.
Why would you do that? Like, why would Sasha Banks ask? why would you ask for a handicap match? Anyways,
one thing I gotta say right away, I don't like Mick Foley. I don't like him.
That's weird because you look like him.
No, I don't have enough facial hair. He has a pretty badass beard. I'll give him that.
Weird. But anyways,
so hey, ring postitis is up next. I can talk about the segment.
Anyway,
this was amazing. This was amazing because this was the club as doctors, and I don't know if you noticed, but Luke Gallows, he was known as Dr. Gallows or Doc Gallows in Japan. So he's already a doctor. It's proven. He's doctor. He's done.
Hilarious.
So it's going a little bit comedy wise, but I don't mind it. It was hilarious. They were talking about Biggie's balls, and like they were bawling seeing him getting his testicles hurt like that. What were the other jokes? Did you remember any of them? That's the only one I can remember off the top of my head.
There were just a lot of ball jokes.
A lot of ball jokes.
There was one good one that I remember. Like I don't remember though. I just remember going, "Oh man, that was really
Something
good."
about Big E's voice being high pitched so he can sing good now, or something like that too. A lot of funny stuff about his testicles. The only thing
Ring
I can
post
say,
items.
I love everything about this
Are you
angle.
saying Biggie?
Big E
Big E.
Langston? That's his last name.
Oh, okay.
Big E. E is the initial.
Okay, I'm
but
like,
he
well,
doesn't
because
go
you
by
had P Diddy in it earlier, and now you're talking about
Yes,
Biggie. I'm like, wait, what the fuck?
Biggie is not
A,
wrestling.
Biggie's dead.
No, he's wrestling. He's a hologram now.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
wrestling
okay.
in the WWE. Yeah.
It's the fucking holodeck. The WWF has the holodeck.
So everything about this so far is I love it, but I just find it super funny that the one time that they're gonna sell an injury is for the testicles. Like this whole time, everybody gets beaten up. They show up to the ring all smiling and happy. Do you remember when
Well, that's
Sheamus?
Apollo Crews.
Well, yeah, but like
But that's just the bad.
But that
acting
happens
on
all
Apollo.
the time. That happens all the time, Curbs. It's
I know.
not-
I'm just
not
saying. I'm just pointing out the fact that Apollo Crews is the worst at it.
Anyways, I'm happy that they're doing selling jobs now, and they should do this more. When somebody gets fucking beaten up, they should not be coming to the ring the next segment, fucking for being ready for a next fight. They should.
Apollo Crews.
If they're showing up for the next fight, they should sell. Just say, hey, my arm hurts. He beat me up backstage.
They're told not.
Ouch.
They're actually.
Oh,
Told
I
not
get
to
it.
sell
I get it.
now.
And if
Because
they're
they're
told,
supposed to be superstars.
if they're told not to sell, the announcers should not bring it up. That's
Yeah. No, you're right.
that's my
I
only
agree
problem.
with you.
All right, what's the next thing in the results?
Well, first of all, the match ended. I can't remember who. Oh, Luke Gallows defeated Kofi Kingston. It was a singles match.
Oh yes, yes.
And after the match, they attacked Kofi Kingston. They were about to do the same thing with the ring post and his balls.
Mm-hmm.
And Xavier Woods chased Gallows and Anderson away with a steel chair. So,
There you go.
yeah, that'll be a good match at SummerSlam.
Do you remember when the ring post meant something in the day?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
The one thing, I did, it was really weird. Like I obviously I know why they did it. It was just really weird. The New Day song just starting, without Big E's, introduction. It was just it was off-putting, and I miss him. Come back, Big E.
I was fine with that.
I was fine with it. Like,
Get
it was
Ava
part of the
Marie's
story.
entrance guy to do it instead.
She's got an awesome entrance.
Yeah, get that guy to say, "Whoa!" I had no idea.
The next match was the main event.
Oh no!
the
Wait! You missed something between the main event. So Golden
Well,
Truth, the Golden Truth were backstage and they found Scooby Doo.
Oh,
Great segment. Amazing.
I was kind of annoyed by it.
No, I'm kidding. Anyways, yes, main event.
So I was excited for these guys to be a tag team, but they haven't done anything.
Oh my god, they haven't done anything in the longest time.
Seriously.
The longest time.
Anyways, the main event started off with Mick Foley coming out because he had his special guest, the
Yes.
SmackDown GM Daniel Bryan. They were just going to come out and kind of talk about the whole Randy Orton, Brock Lesnar thing because they invaded each other's brands.
And they never got to that.
They never got to that because Daniel Bryan really, really, really likes to make fun of Raw.
And their name of the title.
And the name of the title and pretty much
all
everything.
they brought up. That's all they fucking brought up in the whole time.
Every time. Well, no, you know what? It was on purpose though, because
Oh no,
Mick Foley
I get it, but they
Mick Foley
never
was
got to
about
the
move
point.
on, but every time Mick Foley was about to move on, Daniel Bryan would say something again.
I just
thought
feel
it
it was
was-
so worthless. They could have not had Brian there. This is
Yeah,
this is the second week where they have cross brand shit, and there's no need. There's no
And
need.
right when Daniel Bryan was about to be done making fun of Raw, Cesaro comes out.
Mm-hmm,
Or Rusev came out because they were saying how
there's no champions
needed a
on Raw,
champion.
and then
Rusev comes
Rusev.
out,
I
"I'm
thought
the
it was
champion."
super weird. I thought it was super weird that that Rusev came out and he was like, "We have a champion here," and I thought he was going to give Mick Foley
was-
shit. I thought he was going to give Mick Foley shit,
did.
but no, he didn't. He gave shit to Brian.
I think he was giving shit to both of them.
No, he was giving shit to Brian. He said he respected Foley or something like that.
because
He
I
did
think
not.
that was
I thought he was
that.
ready to give shit to Foley because he's like, "Hey, I'm the champion right here, motherfucker." But no, he didn't do that.
Either way, Cesaro comes out, and I liked what happened. I liked the fact that
So there was a U.S. title match that happened between these two, and it was literally already 11 right now. So they were already going overtime before the match even started. So
they usually go until quarter after, anyways. all the
not
time.
always. Not always.
Yeah. Oh,
No, not always.
I'm telling you.
No.
They
Hey.
always go
Hey.
over.
Hey.
They
Don't
always-
tell me that you're telling
I'm
me
telling-
stuff.
Oh, I'm
no,
telling
don't
you.
tell me.
all. And this is great podcast, by the way.
Don't tell me that you're telling me things, man. I don't appreciate that.
Anyways, it was okay match. It was decent. I do like the fact that the United States Championship is finally, that's how you like that title's meant nothing for so long, and now it's starting to feel important.
Well, so Sheamus interrupted in this match, right?
At the end,
and then I thought that
makes sense to me.
Well, yeah, sure, because it prolongs that feud, and I thought everybody ended up looking awesome in this, because Cesaro ended up looking good, but he couldn't overcome the odds. Rusev also looked good because he came out defending that he has a U.S. title, and Sheamus, of course, he was going to come out, and he has a connection with Rusev anyways. So there you go.
Not only that, but it makes sense too. Even if he didn't have the connection with Rusev, it makes sense in the fact that they were fighting for basically not. It wasn't for like the U.S. champion. It was like a number one contenders match, but it was for the to be considered for a championship match, right? And so it would make sense story wise that Sheamus would come out and ruin Cesaro's match just because he that's his spotlight. He wants that spotlight. What the hell? So it makes sense. And I'm glad the feud's continuing, and that right there is how you put a title over. That's how you make a title seem important. But yeah, I thought it was a great ending to Raw.
Let's talk about SmackDown.
This is going to be mostly you because I missed it.
Okay, well, sure.
I did see the highlights though. I tried to watch some highlights.
It opened with Del Rio interrupting Randy Orton. So I don't like this whole Viperville shit because it sounds so fake. It sounds so fake. The
problem is that they're oversaying it. If they said it that one time and then maybe once every now and then, it would be okay. But it's just like that Roman Reigns line where he's the guy. They're overusing it.
Well, no. Well, here's the thing. Like the whole promo that they showed with Randy Orton and Lesnar and Orton being, I was pissed that he left. That's probably how he actually felt at the time. But in retrospect, looking back at it, it was beneficial for him. But like that whole thing that they showed with those two made sense to me because it was based in reality. And when you hear shit like, I'm going to bring him to Viperville and blah, 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 it just sounds so made up. It sounds so dumb. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Did it open with that?
Yes, it opened with
or
this.
Did it open with
Dean Ambrose, No, the very first thing was Randy Orton on screen being interviewed.
Promos in a row?
No. It was Randy Orton being interviewed and Del Rio interrupted him.
That's in the backstage.
Yes, in the backstage.
Okay.
Something I noticed is that they were in the backstage area and it was super echoey. Like they did not put anything on the walls to stop the echo. It was very echoey. Anyways, then the Wyatts came out after Mauro Ranallo did the intro and all that, and the whole promo was just Bray crying, which was interesting. He was basically doing Ziggler's job this week. I'm not getting anything. That was pretty much the gist of that promo.
I'm sure I would argue with you, but
that was the promo. You can't argue. That was the promo because Dean came out.
I can't argue because I didn't watch it.
Okay, well, Dean came out and he called him out. He's like, whoa, that's weird. Like, why are you crying that you're not getting what you deserve? Because you're the destroyer of worlds and you get what you want, right? And all of a sudden, the world is throwing you apart and throwing you down and keeping you down. It's like, I didn't get it. But hey, there you go. So Ziggler came out. And he just walked past Dean straight to the ring to get assaulted 2-on-1.
Yeah, I did see those highlights. And he's kind of like, oh, and Dean's
hate Ziggler. I fucking hate Ziggler. He should have left him get his ass kicked. Who cares? He did it to himself. Dean. I get why you do it in terms of a storyline because you want a tag team match at the end, but it doesn't make any sense. Let him get beaten up. Who cares?
The thing I don't like about it is actually after the main event. So I'll get into that after.
Okay, sure.
But I'll tell you after.
Anyways, Shane came out and they made a match between all of these four guys. There you go. Okay. That's what happened. Right. The next thing, American Alpha, they were preparing for a jobber fight against Mikey O'Shea and Mike Vega, but all of the other SmackDown tag teams decided to show up. When I say all, I mean four. There's four.
Which is all?
It's all of them. There's four tag teams at SmackDown.
Was it again?
It was the Hype Bros.
The
Vaudevillains.
Vaudevillains.
And that other team.
Ascension.
Yes, the Ascension. See,
so there's three.
Well, there's 4 in total, I guess.
4 in total,
There's
yeah.
4 in
Unless you count the
total.
Wyatts. You could technically count the Wyatts.
Yeah, I guess so, but they did not come down. So, anyways, the squash match happened, and then after the match, American Alpha and the Hype Bros beat up the heel teams. There you go. That's what happened.
Which I'm looking at. Oh, wait. The Hype Bros aren't heel.
No, they're their face.
The tag team division is really weak in this.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Damn. Damn.
So is the women's division. So
The next one is my
so is
favorite
the
part of the
fucking
show.
title division. So is the main title division. It's all weak on SmackDown. I'm sorry, SmackDown.
Oh, I disagree there.
This week
but-
there wasn't any AJ and Cena. It kind of showed. It kind of showed SmackDown.
I thought SmackDown was okay.
Oh, it was
from what I
okay.
saw.
It was okay. Okay, so then the Miz had an interview with Renee backstage in their new SmackDown area, whatever the fuck that is. It's pretty much the pre-show, but in the backstage. That's pretty much what it is. So Miz was just ignoring all of Renee Young's questions, which I thought were fucking awesome. That was cool. It was all about Apollo Crews. He was just, I don't care. Maryse is right here. Why the fuck would I care about you, Renee? Like, my wife is right here. Look how pretty she was. And yes, her outfit was pretty hot. Maryse is pretty good looking. Anyways.
Yeah, she is.
So they went to a little package of Miz and how awesome he is. And then when they came back from that, both of them were on the table, laying across the table and just like, oh, we're flirting. We're so awesome. We love each other. And the whole time Maryse was trying not to laugh. I thought that was pretty funny. You could tell she was just trying not to laugh. It was a funny segment, but she was trying not to laugh. So it didn't ruin it, but it kind of added to it, I guess. I thought it was funny. I like this whole thing. I like the Miz, and hey, if
It's hard
you can,
not to.
well, if you
He's
could
good
put
at what
more
he
of
does.
Maryse out there, I'm not opposed to that.
Yeah.
She was wearing some kind of like PVC suit that was like super tight. It's pretty hot. It's pretty hot. All right. So Ava Marie, yes, her spectacular debut. Finally.
Finally,
Woo!
we're going to get it.
Yeah, for the second time, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So she comes
Nope.
out. No, hey, she jumped off of that second rope fine this
Yeah.
time. Yes.
And everyone kind
Yes!
of was like, oh,
Woo!
she's okay.
She's
okay.
good. Her leg's fine this time. But oh my god, her top almost popped off. We
she
gotta
can't
cancel the
compete.
match.
Wardrobe malfunction.
Oh, sorry, I'm got corrected. It's not Ava. It's Eva. It's Eva Marie, not Ava.
Yeah. You're right.
Not the.
Who corrected you?
Who do you think?
Okay.
So the match is canceled, and then Becky gets annoyed by this, and she calls out anybody. She doesn't care. Alexa Bliss shows up.
I fucking love Alexa Bliss.
She's all right.
She's great.
I like her finisher.
I like her.
Anyways, I went to commercial break after her little promo before the fight, and it came back. Alexa Bliss won, but only with Ava helping with the interruption there.
Eva.
Eva. So I love
French
the announcer.
Canadian.
I love the announcer. Because Ava is the standard pronunciation of that word.
I know it is.
It was
I know it is.
Eva. So her intro, the guy's like, well, please welcome back. She's ready. I thought that was pretty funny. But outside of that, I don't know. I like Twisted Bliss, which is Alexa's finisher. And yeah, she won. If
Nice.
my ex-girlfriend Brittany was watching this with me, she would have been really pissed because she loves Becky Lynch a lot. Like a lot. People love Becky
That was
Lynch.
a really random thing to say.
No, I mean,
I'm just saying.
it's a lot of people like Becky Lynch,
I
and
do-
she
I like
loses
Becky
all the
Lynch.
time. She loses all the time. There must be people that are pissed along with her. For me, I don't care. She's just a pretty girl. She can lose all she wants. She'll still.
She's a
she'll,
good wrestler,
she'll
too,
still
though.
stay pretty.
Yeah, she will.
The next match to start off the second hour of SmackDown is Randy Orton versus Alberto Del Rio.
Alberto Del Rio.
I don't have much to say about this match. Randy Orton won.
Again, I mean, if you don't have much to say about it, I don't have much to say about it because I didn't.
Heath Slater, after this, he approached Rhino in the back, and he was trying to get some compassion from Rhino. He was like, dude, I need this job. Please just let me win this match.
Sorry, can I say? I will say one thing
Yeah.
about Alberto Del Rio,
Yeah.
and that's: can you give this guy something to do? He's better than that.
I know, he is.
Like,
'Cause,
give him
dude,
something.
I know you don't watch Lucha Underground, but he was good in Lucha Underground. It was pretty good. Lucha Underground.
I've seen clips.
He probably left Lucha Underground because of how it ended. The Ultima Lucha, sorry, is the finale. It's like WrestleMania, and he was at the bottom of the card. So I'm probably not surprised that he.
That, and
probably
I'm sure
felt,
WWE paid better.
Oh yes, oh no, he's getting paid a lot more in WWE.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Some guys get paid more going to the Indies. That was not the case with Del Rio.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Heath Slater, he and this was the Rhino segment. He was in the back. He was saying, "I have 2 kids. I just bought a pool. Come on, you gotta understand. Please let me win this match so I can get a job." So Rhino, he's running for office in whatever state he's running in. I don't remember, but he was like, "I gotta impress my delegates and blah 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 blah." So he's like, "No, I can't do it." And he said, "Well, wait, what kind of pool was it again?" Heath Slater goes, "It's an above ground pool." He's like, "No, that's all right. Let's just wrestle." He corrected the amount of kids he had the whole night too. He started with 2, and then later it was 4, and then by the end of the night he had 7 kids. So yeah, it was pretty good. Heath Slater's amazing, and also when he comes down to the ring, he doesn't have like that SmackDown or Raw overlay, right? It's just like a little rinky dink.
I don't think anyone else does either one on their show.
No, everybody. What are you talking about? The SmackDown thing now has the thing on the side where do you remember how SmackDown used to look? The overlay was on the side with like the Titantron on it. Like they're doing that still. It's on the side and it moves the camera angle a little bit over to the side, so like the guys in the middle. It's cool. I like that they do that on SmackDown. That's a little touch.
See what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Yes, I like that because. Everything they've been doing presentation-wise in terms of Raw and SmackDown, that I like. Just the presentation is good. Anyways,
it is really good.
After this match, Miz ran into Scooby-Doo in the parking lot.
Oh, really?
It happened again. Miz is in that Scooby-Doo movie, and he was complaining that he did not get headline credits. He's not the first name on the credits. And he's like, "I need blah, blah, blah." And Scooby was going to steal his car because Scooby-Doo managed to lock him in the mystery machine for some reason. That happened because you can lock yourself inside of a car. That's easy to do, right?
Yeah. If you're 4 years old.
Yep. And then,
or a dog.
And then after this, Shane was gonna give a contract to Slater. Sorry, Shane and Brian were talking and we're like, "Hey man, Slater lost, but we love his heart, and we're gonna give him a contract anyways." And then Slater came in the back, super hot headed. He's just like, "Oh, I hate this. I want a job." Blah. And then he just ran off, and he didn't get a contract.
That's funny.
Yeah. There was a Wyatt's promo before the commercial, whatever. They were just talking about the main event, and they're like, "We're gonna destroy them," whatever. It's standard Wyatt stuff. Carmella versus Natalya was the co-main event. Whatever.
How was Carmella's debut?
It was okay.
Her actual finally wrestling.
The crowd seemed into it. I'm not into particularly one of these. I'm not into one of these girls particularly. I think Carmella looks great. She has a good look. And Natalya's ring gear. I love Natalya's ring gear.
I think everybody loves Natalya's ring gear.
She has some pretty good ring gear. So they're both pretty. And Carmella's finisher, whatever the hell that is, the head scissor thing where she lays across with her arm. I am into that. She can do that to me anytime she wants. But besides that, the match was whatever. And then Dolph and Dean versus the Wyatts was the main event.
There was something before that.
Oh, was there?
Didn't Baron Corbin attack Kalisto backstage?
Shh. Oh yes, he was very pissed.
Okay.
It was like, you stopped me from getting the championship title match next week or whatever at the pay-per-view Intercontinental, blah blah blah. He didn't really even do anything. He really didn't. Like the reason
he fought in the match.
Oh, no, well he was in the match, but the biggest reason he didn't get that title match is because of Apollo Crews.
Yeah, he lost.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't have too many notes about this match except I liked that Dolph super kicked Dean in the match, quote unquote accidentally, and after the match, Dean landed the Dirty Deeds, so they won. They beat the Wyatts, and then.
The thing I didn't like, and is after the match, I didn't like how Dolph, I thought with the new persona he's trying to sell.
Yes.
like the "you guys don't, no one believes in me." I didn't like how friendly he was with Dean Ambrose. I felt like it should have been Ziggler that attacked Ambrose instead of the other way around.
I agree with you because right now it seems like they're going Dean heel, and
No, I don't think that. I think they're just going Dean is the.
I don't know who's heel right now.
Neither of them. They're both faces.
One of them needs to be heel.
And I think if anyone, no, they don't need to be heel. I think if anyone's,
I would help.
Heel, it Ziggler.
No, okay, sure. Nobody needs to be heel, but they're on SmackDown. Who the hell else is heel except Wyatt? They need somebody that can step up and be a heel.
It's gonna be Ziggler.
It should be Ziggler, and Dean should win. That's just my opinion. Anyways, that's SmackDown. I'm just gonna run over the CWC real quick.
I missed it.
I only have notes. I did not take like whoever wins. I don't care. Here's my notes. Okay, Tajiri kicked Grand Metalik in the fucking face, right in the face, and you know how they clap their fucking hands or whatever they do when they do. So it was loud as shit. And Grand Metalik didn't even sell it. He didn't even sell it. He got kicked in the face and then he just slapped Tajiri in the chest right after. I was just like, what is going on? Wrestling is crazy. What is going on? So that's my only note about that match. I don't even remember who wins, to be honest. I think Tajiri won.
No, Grand Metalik defeated Tajiri.
Okay. And then the next match was Alexander versus Ibushi.
Cedric Alexander versus Kota Ibushi.
And then I like this match, but it went a little long. And
Is
again,
there only 2 matches now in the second round? 2 matches per episode?
I think it's. Oh no, it's 2. It is 2. But
weird.
This match went about 16 minutes, 17 minutes, something like that. And I like it. The only thing that I find with these sort of matches, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's like a high spot. This was a high spot match. I can compare it to like Ricochet versus what's that English guy's name? Will Ospreay. If you've seen that match in New Japan, it's pretty much just fucking.
I know what you're talking about.
It's pretty much just 35 minutes of just nonstop. Maybe not 30. It was about 30, 25 minutes. Just nonstop, just flipping and landing high spots and doing. And I like it, but I don't know how it will mix once it gets to Raw. That's where I'm scared. Is that it will look so amazing when they're on Raw that when you get to the main event, it will look kind of less amazing. It's like. But I guess I should be a little bit less afraid because back in the day, I would compare this to like WCW, right? The cruiserweights were always the actual wrestling matches you wanted to see. And by the time it got to the end, the WCW main events were so shit. It was always just interference and just a bunch of bullshit. WCW was so shit. So
it was booked by the talent.
Not at the beginning, near the end. Yes.
Not at the beginning, but not even near the end. It was for a large.
I think the only person that had that power was Hulk, but I think Hulk is more willing.
Nash was a booker for a while.
No, that's later.
Oh, later?
Yeah, because come on, Nash came in later. Nash was in WWE during 95 and most of like the beginning of 96 maybe. Yeah, so he came in pretty late in WCW. He was there for the last like 4 years. Anyways, that's I don't think it's going to happen because the WWE talent is way bigger than it used to be back then. Like if you look at WCW, it was like Macho Man and like fucking Hulk Hogan and who else? Roddy Piper, a bunch of other people like that. So I don't think that's going to happen, but it's going to be weird seeing guys doing all these crazy moves and then in the main event they're not going to do that. And I can see the excuse of it. Hey, they're smaller guys; they can do this crazy stuff and live through it. But like, that's not really true. Like if you look at UFC and MMA, sure the small guys can go at it, but there's still KOs in MMA. There's still tap outs. Stuff happens there where in this. I feel like it's too much. This is the second round. How is this going to end? They're going to kill each other in the finals. They're literally going to kill each other.
Capable of it.
Oh, they are capable
not killing
of
each
it.
other, but like they're all capable of surviving.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what this is their job, and they're also. I would argue that wrestlers today are in much better shape and condition than back.
Oh, I don't disagree.
WCW.
I don't disagree. I'm just. It's weird. It's weird.
You compare what Hulk Hogan did as his finisher or whatnot relative to what
so
they
here's
did
the thing.
in the
here's the thing I can bring up right now is like, so Cedric Alexander, he did a pretty crazy brain buster where he grabbed his tights and like he fucking like drove him on the ground, and then he drove him so hard that he kind of like flipped the back up on his knees, and then he kicked Ibushi right in the face, and then he pinned him, and it was like 2.9. It's like one of those Japanese moments where it's like right at the very end, it's like, wah! And then soon after, Ibushi just got a power bomb, which the power bomb looked cool, but it's just a power bomb, and then he won.
Well, that's his finisher. So
it's
finishers
so
are stronger
weird.
than regular moves. Didn't you know?
It's so weird. I don't know.
The
I don't know.
The dirty deeds. Ambrose's dirty deeds is
that's
just
the
a
most
DDT.
standard move. I know. It's McFoley did that all the time.
But no one has kicked out on it
McFoley,
at all.
Well, no. Some people have kicked out before.
No.
Yes, before WrestleMania of this year, people have kicked out of that move.
I don't remember, but I mean, you could be right. I just don't remember anyone kicking out of it. They've been protecting that move for a while.
Also, hey, hello, chat. I am reading the chat. If you had anything intelligent to say instead of read the fucking chat, idiots, maybe I would respond to it. But hey, all right. So that's pretty much.
Don't lash out at our audience.
That's pretty much the wrestling news. I'm not lashing out on my audience. I'm lashing out at the one guy who's being an idiot in the chat room right now.
Don't.
And maybe if you didn't
Respond to the
cap
fucking
lock,
chat.
and maybe if you didn't cap lock something stupid, I would respond. Anyways, okay. So
Damn.
let's
Someone's feeling ways.
Let's bridge the UFC and the WWE gap right now. This is at the start of the MMA news, but we're going to incorporate some wrestling in here. Conor McGregor said something about wrestlers being pussies and stuff this week. I don't really want to get into what exactly he said because whatever, it wasn't a big deal. He was just being a showman, like wrestling, like wrestlers do to sell events. They're just being showmen. And what I want to really talk about is the reaction he got from the wrestlers, which was pretty crazy. So, I mean, he was on ESPN and the guy asked him, like, what do you think about WWE and would you ever go there? And he just said, like, everybody's a pussy, blah, blah. Most of his comments were geared towards Brock Lesnar failing his test, and now he's just running away there. And then it didn't even have anything to do mostly with the actual wrestlers, but, they take personal offense to that kind of stuff. So I'm going to talk about some of the reactions the wrestlers had. So Ric Flair, he's the first one I'll bring up. His first reaction was really good. He said something about like, you just stole my persona. So thanks. You should thank me for that. That was pretty much his first comment, but then he didn't leave it alone, and it kind of made him look crazy. And a lot of wrestlers came off looking crazy after this. It's just like, dude, he's doing what you do. He's doing your wrestling promos right now, and you can't. Why are you so pissed? Anyways, so that's just Ric Flair. Rusev, he said, so much talk for a guy who fights 15 men's matches twice a year. Yeah, okay, Rusev. Okay, Rusev, you go into that MMA cage and fight a fight, and you'll see 15 minutes is brutal. I would not want.
We're actually really fighting. It's
every fight I've ever been in has lasted a minute or two, if that.
I don't know. I think a lot of these comments are, I mean, maybe not from Ric Flair, but maybe from Rusev, are in character.
Oh, no. Okay. So, yes, I'm going to bring up those. I think some guys did an amazing job, but here's an example of a guy who did not do a good job. AJ Styles. Here's what he said. He said, I think McGregor could do well in the featherweight division, ... And then he said, if we had that. It's just like, dude, he's your size. Styles. This was the hurdle you had to climb, was being a small guy.
Maybe he's in character.
No, that just seems no.
I
love AJ Styles, but that's okay.
Character to me.
Roman Reigns. Okay, first of all, he fucked up how to spell your in this situation, but he said, "You're the size of my leg. Shut up." How is this in character? I guess maybe it is in character because Roman Reigns doesn't say too much, but
that's Roman Reigns to a T.
And then he complained that everybody was complaining about how he spelled your. Hey, you should fucking spell correctly, asshole. Anyways, Kurt Angle. Here, Kurt Angle is an example of a guy who said something great. He said, a very funny little guy. When you don't, why don't you get your head out of Dana White's ass? There you go. He was just he's playing a character right there. That's pretty obvious. Kofi Kingston, also a guy who played it very smooth. He said, "Yikes! Looks like the Notorious MMA, which is his handle, Connor's." He said, "Yikes! Looks like Connor could really use a bowl of bootios right about now. Someone hook him up." There you go. That's fucking awesome. That's a great
advertisement
response.
for bootios.
Yes, $12.
Is it $12?
It is $12 on whatever that site is.
I should get some bootios.
And Biggie said, would you prefer to find us individually or have us all line up at once? I know your time is valuable, sir. So there's some wrestlers that fucking gave some good responses, but the majority of wrestlers, I was just like, wow, I can't believe you're doing this. And last of all, Jericho also had a good response. He said, "Sorry, pal, no disrespect to you, but my fights are legit. Unlike the fixed fights you have in the UFC, I'll embarrass you." There you go. See, there's some guys that got the joke and they ran with it. But there's just some guys that were just like, what are you doing? It's so weird.
Jericho's just good.
Yes, Jericho is good.
He really is the best in the world at what he does.
And he doesn't really complain about being the best in the world too often. He just is. He just is. All right, MMA news. Do you want to talk about the UFC Fight Night first, or do you want to talk about news, Steiner?
Let's do the Fight Night.
Okay.
First.
Did you watch all of it?
I did not get to see the Swanson fight.
Oh, dang. So the best,
and I think I saw everything else.
Okay, good. Well, so the best fight of the night, was probably that fight, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just weird that Cubs want. Like, I guess it's the whole idea of trying to sell the fight pass.
They've been doing that. They've been doing that a lot recently. The main event of the fight pass cards recently.
Cub Swanson was looking for a title shot a year and a half ago. So
on the last card, it was who was it on the main event? It was Diego Sanchez versus.
Yeah, that was of 200.
Yeah,
of Lozon.
Yeah, that's
Lozon.
crazy.
Like that is what the.
But even before that, they're really trying to sell fight pass.
Yeah.
So the first fight of the night was Chase Sherman versus Justin Ledet. These guys, these two heavyweights, just went at it. The first round, they were just swinging like crazy. I think Sherman won that first round. He landed the most significant strikes, but Ledet was definitely more smart about his strikes, and his defense was way better, especially in the third and second, because Sherman was just dead tired from the slugfest they had in the first round. And Ledet just stuck back and landed that jab repeatedly in the second and the third round. And you could see, Sherman was getting visually frustrated. At maybe the last 20 seconds, he gave the finger at the very end. He was very frustrated. And, Sherman's face was a mess. He was a bloody mess by the end of this fight. And Justin Ledet won the last two rounds. So that happened. And then Cub Swanson versus Tatsuya Kawajiri. Was the main event of the fight pass prelims. This fight, easily fight of the night. It was all Cub Swanson, though, to be honest. All Cub Swanson. Except for the first round, Kawajiri landed some stuff, and he had him in trouble on the ground. But that's all Kawajiri really did, was he got him on the ground, I think, 3 times in total this whole fight. And that's it. That's all he did. Cub Swanson was just punching, kicking, doing everything else. He even landed an illegal knee at one point in the fight. It kind of grazed off of the shoulder and then made its way to the head, but it was to a downed opponent. It was pretty obvious, and I'm surprised that Big Dan. Sorry, what's his name again? Is it Big Dan?
John.
Big John. Why am I Big Dan? Where did that come from? But Big John did not. He just gave him a warning. I would have totally given him a point, but yeah, Cub Swanson won this fight via decision. And then the TV prelims. How excited are you for Teruto Ishihara? Are you excited for him at all? Are you serious? He seems like your kind of guy.
Know who he is.
What? You said you saw the prelims, right?
No. I saw the fight. Oh, okay. That's what.
Well, now you need to. Yeah.
In the future, you mean?
Yes. Now, are you a fan of him now?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Yes, okay. Good.
Yeah. I thought you meant as in.
No, because I didn't hear of him before this
fight.
I have no idea who he is before this.
Neither have I.
So this guy's amazing. This guy before the fight, they made it obvious that he loves his bitches and he loves his money, and that's the only reason he fights. He doesn't care about the title. He wants his bitches and his money. And he said that after the interview. It's like, hey, you bitches, come to my after party. It was awesome. I love this guy. And he could barely speak English, too, on top of that. So it was amazing. So he defeated Horacio Gutierrez. And this ended in the first round, TKO, 2 minutes 2 minutes 32 seconds. And it was a couple of punches. That was it. Yeah, that's the thing that stood out to me, is that Ishihara is amazing. I can't wait to see more of him. It's crazy that he's Japanese. That like, sure, any white guy could go up there and say he likes his bitches, but a Japanese guy going up there saying he loves his bitches.
Saying it in English.
It's amazing. I love him. I want to see more of that guy. David Timmer, he faced off against Jason Novelli. I don't have much to say about this fight because Novelli really didn't do anything the whole fight, and it ended via TKO in the second round. Punches. Tamer, do you have anything about this to say about this fight, really?
I think I may have gone to the bathroom during that.
Okay.
One. They do not look here.
Victor Pesta versus Marcin Tubera. This fight was so boring until it got to the very end where Marcin landed a head kick KO out of nowhere. This fight was boring as shit, though, until that kick.
Yeah, I remember the head kick. Well, I was watching it off of your stream, and it was pretty choppy, and then all I saw is the foot go up and the guy drop. I'm like, wait, what just happened? Because it didn't actually show the connection. You just see the kick, and then the guy dropped the next second. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? And
if it ever does that again, just let me know, because I can change that. All right.
Yeah. It was fine after that. It was just that one. It was like it just missed 1 second of the fight, and it was
it's like
right across the guy's head.
Right out of the good part. It's like, no, screw that. All right. And then Court McGee was the main event of the TV prelims. This was in why am I blanking on the state? That state where they allow a lot of wives. Sorry, where?
Denver.
No, it wasn't Denver. It was where did they let all those guys have
Denver,
wives?
Colorado.
No, it wasn't. It was what? Oh, come on. State multiple wives. That's gonna come up.
Salt Lake, Utah.
Yeah, okay. Utah, good old Utah. So that's where it was. So Court McGee is a Utah native, and the crowd was crazy. This is the craziest the crowd was all night. He beat Dominic Steele. This went to the distance. Honestly, I wasn't paying attention to the most of this fight. It's pretty boring.
Yeah, it was not a very good fight.
No, McGee did almost end the fight. The first round was good because this is the round that Steele stood most of a chance. But in the very first minute, Steele was in trouble right off the bat. Like it looked very bad. But hey, whatever. And then the main card was very boring.
Yes.
Everything sucked.
Pretty much.
I don't know if I want to talk too much about it because honestly, everything sucked.
Like even the main event, I watched the first 2 rounds and I'm like, I'm gonna play some video games instead.
So here's the thing, I'll talk about the main event in a second, but Marina Muros, she defeated Danielle Taylor. This is a total bullshit decision. The announcers, the judges, this whole card were crazy. I don't know what they were doing, but a lot of the decisions were super weird. So it went a split decision to Moros, and one of the judges gave her all 3 rounds, which is insane. Because the first round there was no reason to give her that first round because Taylor destroyed her the first round. It seemed like she was even going to maybe end it, but this seemed like a 2 amateurs fighting in the UFC. That's what it seemed like. It's terrible. Moros.
They had to get the women's fight on there. So.
Sure, but Marina Munoz, I think she landed 7% of her punches, or of her strikes thrown. 7%.
Right.
Like the first round, I think she landed 3 punches and she threw like 40. It was bad. This fight was bad. This fight was worse than any fight I've seen in the local circuits recently. It's crazy. I've seen better fights in local circuits. This fight sucked. Took the energy out of me right away. Trevor Smith versus Joe Gigliotti, I'm getting that pronunciation wrong, but whatever. Smith just wore him down on the ground. The
Gigliotti.
Gigliotti, whatever. It was just Smith wearing him down on the ground, and Smith wasn't even doing anything on the ground either. He was just riding him, so that fight was boring. Zach Cummins versus Santiago Ponzinibbio. Zach was circling left the whole fight. And then he ate a huge head kick, and he had no reaction to that head kick. And that was the most memorable thing of the whole fight, that head kick that he had no reaction to. Zach Cummings lost. He looked bad. He looked like an old man in this fight. Not that he looked any better before, but man, he looks like an old man right now. He did not look good in this fight. All right, Talis Lates, he defeated Chris Camozzi. Again, a lot of nothing in this round, or in this fight, just a lot of ground game, and Chris Camozzi not being able to escape it, and it led to a rear naked choke in the third round. That was that fight. I don't even have any notes on the co-main event of Dennis Bermudez and Hani Jason, because, again, it was a boring fight. And Yair...
Bermudez won, I thought.
I'm pretty sure Bermudez won.
Yeah, I know he did.
Yeah.
I remember it being in the third... Oh, yeah, okay. But Jason in the third round took Bermudez back for a bit. This is pretty much all I remember of that whole fight.
And
Yair Rodriguez was able to flip it.
Yes. And then the main event, Yair Rodriguez versus Alex Caceres. I love both of these guys, but this fight was boring. The first round was good, but the last 5 rounds, they were identical. It was just Yair landing a little bit, not doing too much. There you go. That was the fight. I mean, the event was good up until the main card, which is sad. But if you got to watch the undercard stuff, it's good. That was a pretty good event. And now, in terms of news, the UFC and MMA, I guess this is more UFC. The unions are seeming to get some traction right now. Have you been paying attention to this story at all?
Not too closely, no. So, I do know Hunt's been going on and on about it.
Hunt's been going on and on about it, but somebody else that has been going on and on about it is Nick Diaz. He's been talking about it for a while too. So there's an actual organization for it right now. It's called the Professional Fighters Association. It's been established with the goal to get collective bargaining for UFC athletes, and this was announced today, actually. So the PFA will not be a union run by anybody but the fighters. So there will be people representing them, but at the end of the day, it is run by the fighters, and everything's decided by them. It's being led by a longtime baseball agent, Jeff Boris, labor attorney Lucas Middlebrook, and economist Andrew Zimbalist. Sure. And Andrew works for Nick Diaz. Oh, sorry. It's Middlebrook. Sorry. That already works with Nick Diaz. I've heard his name before. I'm sure he's worked in his case where he got suspended for life, where he did that weed. Pretty sure that was his Middlebrook. Sounds very familiar. I'm pretty sure I've heard him before. But anyways, they have a bunch of other unions pretty much giving them the blessing and wishing them good luck, like the MLB PA is in there, the NHL PA is in there, the NBA PA is in there. A bunch of unions that already exist to represent players are all like, yeah, you guys should
again,
do
they're
it.
Players associations or whatnot, so it'd be a very similar concept of that. The players are, like, they elect people to then go into the discussions and whatnot, so there's...
I'm not opposed to it.
Official.
I am not opposed to it.
It's a good way of legalizing the sport, as in MLB or NHL or NFL, or I'm sure there's a whole bunch of shit over in Europe about Champions League and all that shit. That's all the same idea. So,
well, and like tennis, if you look at international tennis, the way it was set up from day one was to have players represent the players, and to have like the league be the league, you know. It was set from day one to be like that. So like tennis is already good like that. If you wonder why tennis players make a lot of money, well, it's because white rich people sponsor it and love it, but it's also because they have a union and they represent themselves very good. McGregor, he's unsure about going to 145 again after UFC.
202.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of bullshit.
With the weight cut, I agree. Like he's
I don't.
too big for the division.
He's huge. He is huge, but man, then just let go of that title right now.
Yeah.
Just let it go because it's worthless. I would like to see that
much.
fight again,
But
though, because I think Aldo.
He needs to do that fight again.
Oh yeah,
because-
I think the Aldo fight right now would be fucking amazing. I would love to see that fight way more than the Nick Diaz fight, to be honest. Or Nate Diaz, sorry.
Yeah,
My bad.
Yeah, that's why I paused there. So what would you just say Nate or Nick?
No.
But yeah, no, I agree. I think that fight, as a fight fan, makes a hell of a lot more sense. Or an MMA fan, it makes a hell of a lot more sense. Just understanding fighting and how it would work and what, like, Aldo really went into that fight stupidly. Like, not just what he did was stupid, but the whole, like, he let McGregor dictate
Well, I don't know if you remember.
everything.
I don't know if you remember, but it took forever for them to actually
Ever
fight.
for the fight to happen.
And,
Yeah, I know,
and
well,
that was
'cause he fought-
Aldo's fault. That was Aldo
Yeah.
saying bullshit but like so. I'm not
Well,
exactly.
it was not necessarily bullshit, but yeah,
I
he
don't know
dropped
if
out
I
of the
believe
first
him.
fight.
I don't know if I believe all the times it got pushed back. That's all I'm saying.
Well, it got pushed back once.
Was it only once?
I'm pretty sure it was only. Now the thing is, Aldo drops out of fights a lot.
Mm-hmm.
There's no question about that. But again, that's also because their camp is a fucking ruthless fucking camp. They literally beat the shit out of each other every fucking day. And that's not a good way to actually train for an event. Or it's not a good way to train, period. Because if you're beating the fuck out of each other day after day after day, well, like, you're going to get fucking hurt, and hurt often. And then he got hit by the fucking car or whatever, and that's why his face looks like that. But that's a slightly different story.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. GSP. He has enrolled for USADA testing.
GSP. He's back, motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Ish. But
yes, he's back as far as Chael Sonnen is back. That's as far as he's back so far.
Chael Sonnen's not being tested.
Yeah, he is.
He is?
Yeah, he's back in when his 2-year whatever. His 2-year suspension came up. He re-entered USADA.
Did? Oh, okay, because I remember him talking to Joe Rogan saying, "Nah, I'm done. I'm not going back." But that was
are you
4
sure?
months ago. 5. Yeah.
I don't. Oh, I guess it was MMA Hour that I thought it was Joe Rogan for a second. No, on MMA Hour he was like, "Yeah, I entered."
Okay.
Yeah.
Like this is probably 2 months ago, 3 months ago, so he may have changed his mind. But
this was I guess about like a month ago where he entered the USADA testing. But yeah, there you go. GSP. He's one step closer to coming back.
Yeah, a step close. Now they're actually going through this correctly, opposed to Lesnar, which then just pissed hot 2 or 3 times.
And that is GSP's decision. He's been pretty vocal about
yeah.
not wanting to skip out on all the testing.
Oh yeah, he was
doing that.
vocal about that freaking in like 2007.
Yep.
Like him and Diaz were probably one of the two most vocal about the whole thing. That'd be Nick Diaz, because Nick Diaz has been bitching about it for a long time too.
Mm-hmm.
And was it no, I guess because he was bitching about. This GSP was bitching about Hendricks.
Yes, and Hendricks didn't do that test. And look at how Hendricks looks now.
Yeah, I know. Well, Hendricks got pissed hot, did he not? At some point in time for something.
Possible, but I don't think it's recent.
It was after.
Oh yeah, it was after that though. It was
he fought
it was
Lawler
after that. Yeah.
The second time, I'm pretty sure he pissed hot.
Yes.
I can't remember for what. But
I don't know if they said. I don't know if they said.
Shit.
You know, he looks like an old man.
They do technically have to give the findings to the Athletic Commission, which then by that it's public record. But like, did anyone give a shit after that? I don't really know.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, so there you go. GSP's back. UFC Fight Pass has signed a deal with Canadian MMA promotion TKO MMA. I don't even know who the fuck represents that anymore. I guess it's just when
Yeah, I didn't
whoever
even know
owns
TKO
that.
was still around. I thought
Well, no, they don't exist, but it must be some guy that owns the library or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just the previous fights.
Yes.
So you
it's
can go
just the
back to
previous
actually
fights.
watch GSP be fucking 22 years old and just kick the fuck out of other people.
Mm-hmm.
Because when he was in Yelling, I think he had 4 fights in TKO or something like that, and he was the champion after 4 fights.
Something like that.
What the fuck?
Has anybody been watching any Olympics here?
No.
I've been off and on, but not as much as I usually do.
Well, so ever since the Olympics have been streaming, I've definitely been watching more Olympics just because I can watch the sports that I want to watch and not be dictated by whatever the fuck TSN and CBC
that
wants me to
makes
watch. So yeah, watching the live streams on the internet is amazing. You can just go sort by sport and go, hey, boxing is happening at 2:30 today. Fucking awesome. I'm going to watch some boxing.
I was wanting to go watch the rugby, but I haven't watched any yet.
Well, so the stuff that I have watched so far, well, I'll start connecting it to MMA. Judo. I watched a lot of judo recently. Today was the finals, and all the fights were amazing except one really stood out. It was this American girl. I think her name is Kaylee, but her last name is Harrison, or whatever, American Harrison. She won 4 years ago, and she won the gold medal again today. Her last 2 fights ended by armbar, which does not happen too often in judo. For the most part, judo ends with like a penalty score or an ippon or an uppon score, which like an ippon is like a full takedown, and like an ippon is like a slight takedown where you land on the side. And her matches were fucking amazing. Her arm bars, she's brutal. Especially in the finals, like the girl she was against was like a strong black French lady.
Well, what weight was that?
74 kilograms.
What was which?
So like 100?
What in?
Something like that. It's. I think it's 100 pounds.
No, it would be more than that.
It's not too much. It's like 105 maybe.
Sorry, what weight did you say it was?
74 kilograms.
74. That would be a lot more than 100 pounds.
Oh, 163. Dang. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Man, they did not.
That'd be almost like welterweight, lightweight.
Man,
she's a big girl.
Huge.
Holy fuck.
They're huge. They did not look that big. Anyways, no, all the judo today was great. And right now, there's the ping pong finals, which I really want to watch. It's happening right now. It's happening right now.
That shit is. I don't understand how the fuck they do it.
Oh, it's amazing. I was watching the ladies. I was watching the ladies final yesterday, and I can't explain it. Okay, so the way one of the ladies was doing the serve, she was holding like the paddle parallel to the table. So like it's not the outside of the paddle that was sticking out, right? When she was doing her serves, it was like the front edge was sticking out, and she would put so much fucking side spin on her serves.
Yeah,
it was crazy. I don't know if I've ever seen that. It was cool, but yeah, it was, of course, Chinese versus Chinese in the finals. That's usually always how it ends up. We'll see how it ends up for the men today. But yeah, there you go. The boxing is also
Asian
happening.
versus Asian. I don't know about.
Oh
Chinese.
no, it's always Chinese. It's always I watch table tennis, bro. It's always Chinese. Those Chinese have it down.
The badminton shit, and
the badminton is also awesome. That is fun to watch.
Like I just don't understand how the fuck.
And those Asians are pretty good at that game too.
Yeah. Well, they got kicked out last Olympics, did they not?
No, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure in London they got kicked out because they were winning, like they were fixing the pools or something like that. So they were like losing on purpose so that they'd have a better placement against the next round or something like that.
Oh yeah, no, I get how that works. Some NHL teams have been known to do that too. It pisses me off. Hey, let's lose the last 2 games of the season because we don't want to be first or we don't want to be second and play that better team at the end. Like, God, just play.
Well, it's just, if we're in, third place or whatever. Well, I guess you'd be in first, second, or third, or then you'd be dropped down to like 5th in the NHL because you're always.
Yeah, well, I remember one year.
Leaders
I remember one year Pittsburgh lost the last game of the season on purpose so that they wouldn't play the so that they wouldn't play the Philadelphia Flyers.
Flyers, yeah.
Because the Philadelphia Flyers
the Flyers are always a hard fucking team.
Yeah, well, they're an aggressive team that Pittsburgh always has trouble against, and so they wanted to stay second place so that they could play Montreal.
Yeah.
Oh no! You know what? That year Montreal was first place. That year Montreal was first place and Penguins were last. Yep, that won't happen again probably. All right, and in terms of other Olympic stuff, did anybody see that kayak news?
No, I just read it in the news here.
What happened?
That's fucking funny.
Yeah, there's a kayaker that capsized. He flipped over during his competition because he hit a couch in the river.
Only in fucking Brazil. But the thing is, like, wouldn't they have cleaned out the river? So that couch had to have been put there fairly recently.
So they tried to clean out that river, but they weren't able to. So everybody that's like swimming or doing something that's in the river, actually, they've been told to like keep their mouth closed and try to not swallow any of it.
Wow,
that's crazy.
Because Brazil is one of the like dirtiest places on earth.
They have like those
especially
man-made
Rio area.
Oh yeah, they have like those man-made rivers for like the river rafting and all that. Like that water looked clean. I don't know how clean it actually was, but it looked clean. And then there was also this deadlift injury that happened, and if you did not see it, you should go fucking watch it.
Deadlift or
not, maybe not deadlift. Which is the one that you clean and jerk?
Clear jerk.
Clean and
probably,
jerk. Yeah. Yes, it was the clean and jerk. He lifted it above his head, and his left elbow just kind of gave out. And it like ended up behind his back, and like it twisted his arm like in a way that it was not.
That's why I stopped doing that shit.
Well, I mean, you can do it.
I was doing clear and jerk, and I was only doing like 180 pounds, like my body weight.
Yeah, 180 is fine, but like,
and
these guys do like what?
Oh yeah, no, they do 180 kilos.
Yeah,
and that's light for them. Like, like I was only doing my body weight, and at one point in time, my elbow, like I was doing sets of it, and my elbow gave out.
Yeah,
but I was fast enough to put it down in front of me.
And
but
I don't know
if that shit. Holy shit.
I don't know if
you're doing like 220 kilos and that shit drops on your head, you're fucking paralyzed or dead.
If anybody watches
hopefully dead, because
if anybody watches Fail Army here, there was a guy that did clean and jerk, and like when he lifted it up, his arms were like a little bit too far back, and like his arms just went like back without his will, just like there you go, there's your shoulders, you're fucked. Oh well. Hey Curbs, how's it going over there?
That's going good, man.
Yeah. Did you see any cool Olympic stuff?
Not really. Like I said, I haven't been watching much. I've been watching some of it. I saw some diving. It was just kind of on my TV. Nothing really of note, really.
All right, cool. So then we might end the show then. If anybody wants to call in, it's
fame. I'm here for the bitches, and I'm here for the money.
Has anyone seen Suicide Squad?
No.
Okay.
Has anybody seen Central Intelligence? I brought that up last week. Never mind. It's okay.
I'll go with no, because I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, it's the movie with The Rock and Kevin Smith.
Again,
Kevin Smith. What Kevin Smith is that other guy? That's the other
Kevin Hart, dude.
That's Kevin the Hart. White Kevin. The white fat Kevin. Not the in-shape small white Kevin. Black Kevin.
Silent Bob.
All right. Well, I'm playing.
Not Kevin Smith. It's Silent Bob.
But he speaks though. How can
he speaks?
Not when he's Silent Bob.
Yeah, he does. He typically has one line.
He's like one line,
like
in a movie.
three words, a line. Like
what was his line in Bob and Jan Silent Bob? Was it like like at the back of the fucking car? It says Hollywood Pets or stupid moron.
Well, in each movie, it's a different line.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm asking what it was in that movie. It was like
in which one?
Jan Silent Bob Strike Back. It was like, look at the back of the van, you fucking idiot. It says fucking.
Oh no! Well, there was one point in time that he threw somebody off the train, and then some people are looking at him. He's like, "No ticket," and then continues to smoke and walks away.
Are you sure that's that movie?
That was Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Because that was Chris Rock and the whole Jesus thing, and Or
Okay. I'll be back on the after show. We'll do something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We are back. Bye. If you're watching live, and if not, then come back next week. We'll be here Thursdays, 8 p.m. Thursday, every night, Eastern Standard Time. Bye.
see ya.
Okay, I'm back. I don't know if anybody wants to do anything. I don't know. I don't have any plans.
I don't know. If you guys are doing anything, we'll see if I can do it.
I gotta go downstairs for a second, but I'm willing to
Okay.
stay.
Okay. I'm gonna toke weed. How about that?
Don't weed every day.
I drank my
Toke.
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
It's smoke, but whatever.
It works. It's whatever.
I remixed it. All right, I'll be right back. Again.
You see how big my Pabst Blue Ribbon was? It's huge. I paid $2.50 for this thing too. It's not bad. In the States, dude, if I lived in the States, I would be a super drunk. Because Shock Top is $1 for a tall can there. $1 for a fucking Shock
Well, doesn't it
Top.
depend on the state? Some of the states actually put taxes on it.
Oh, I
Some of them
bet.
don't.
But like the ones that I go between here and Boston,
Yeah.
the beer's pretty cheap in New York and in Massachusetts. I don't know about the states in between. Oh, Vermont's pretty cheap too. Actually, that's where I get my Rolling Rock.
Yeah.
Rolling
Vermont would
Rock.
be pretty cheap. It'd be, I guess, the more West Coast, I think, are the ones that are like California. I think has a fair bit of tax on theirs, and I think Seattle does as well.
Yeah, I'm lucky where I live because.
Well, you can just go over to Quebec or
Well,
whatever.
yeah, the beer here, like Ontario's not too bad, but
No,
for the
no.
ones that are expensive, you can just go to Quebec and it's less. It's literally a 10-minute drive for the closest liquor store in the Quebec.
Yeah, like
for me.
I think BC has the highest liquor taxes.
Well, but DC's not.
Well, maybe
close
the
to
East
you.
East Coast.
TC's
Sorry?
not. Are you talking about Washington?
No, BC.
Oh, BC. Oh, I heard DC.
No.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm the only one here. All right, man. I want to be able to hear myself in my headphones, but Windows 10, good old Windows 10, can't do it without a delay on it, anyways. So yeah, the stream looks way better on Twitch if you're over there right now. I bumped it up to 360p and 1,000 kilobits per second, so it should look exactly like it did back when we were doing it in 360p, actually. So at least the Twitch doesn't look as bad as it used to, and I don't know if anybody is in the chat room and wants to do something. Let me know. I have a few Steam games that I could play. I don't know about PS4 games. I mean, there's some stuff I guess we could play together if you have it, and if you do want to play, we could play Battlefield. Could play Guitar Hero. Could play Street Fighter 5. Could play Drawful. That would probably be the best game to play, honestly. I can't. Man, I should have bought Drawful on the PS4. It's so dumb to buy that on the PC. The only reason is because my PC is not super amazing. So when I run that game and try to do all of this stuff at the same time, it's not so good. It's not so good. Also, I'm going to do this with the camera here, I guess. Also, I have gotten some people that ask me about, like, why don't we play videos on our show anymore and stuff. And it's just like, here's a simple reason. It's just not worth the trouble. Like, I would rather be able to upload all my shows on YouTube and not have to edit out audio or do stuff. And that's pretty much why I do it this way now, instead of having all even having game trailers or having fucking promotional items that we can't even fucking promote on YouTube because they'll flag us because we have fucking game footage or a song in it. It's straight up bullshit. That's why you want that video to be exposed on our show and other shows. It's for the exposure, but nope, can't do it. There's music in there and it's our footage. It's weird how it works. Also, I'm working on getting some new overlays done, so it'll be more obvious, like how to like call in via Skype. It'll say at the bottom, "Call in via Skype." Right now, I won't have to actually say it. It'll just say it on the screen, like "Call in." But I do think I'll play something. I might play some Battlefield. I'll play something for a little bit. But I'm gonna go work tonight, so I'll probably just play for an hour or two. Yeah. Here, I'm actually going to go change this to Battlefield 4 right now, then. Battlefield 4. And here. Actually, what? Do I have any discs in here? I don't think so. Now, okay, my controller's right there. Good stuff. Let's see what I can play. I guess NHL's done. Something can't play NHL. I'll just play Battlefield 4. Fuck it. Fuck it. I know that game. I'm just gonna play that. Nah, get in there. Okay. What? Yes, I'm gonna play this in a second here. Just I'm actually doing stuff for the show right now. Getting the MP4 and the MP3 ready. MP3. There you go. I need water. Alright. Also, I need to set this up. Let's see. Okay, actually, I can leave that on that screen. Whoops. There you go. I'm ready to go. The only thing I want to do is add some stuff, though. I'm go to Skype and I go copy that. Paste it here. Haha. I just realized I can. Well, I know. Actually, those are my chat rooms. Leave my chats there. My CPU is kind of being used a lot right now, and that's because I'm probably producing this MP3. So I'm gonna just wait a little bit. It shouldn't take that long to produce that MP3 anyway. So I'm just gonna bring this to the top. Actually, because I'm not using the variable bitrate, it won't matter. Alright. Hey, Guitar Hero. Test. Okay. Now what I want to do is that one. Why did I make that one that big again? Color. Let's see. Oops.
Okay.
What's up?
I don't know. I have Battlefield 4, but it's not for the PS3 or 4.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. I don't know how long I'm gonna play it anyways. Jesus. I don't even know if I have any of these maps. Let's see. Oh, nope, I don't. Alright. That answers that. Those are all the new ones. Alright. Oh, weird. That's weird. Okay. So I guess I think I have all of these Final Stand. I like how my favorite maps in Battlefield 4 are Battlefield 3 maps. Except maybe Operation Metro. I don't... That one's an asshole. It's okay in Rush, I guess, but man... Well, no, it sucks either way.
Gulf of Omar. That brings back memories.
I kind of like Operation Metro in Rush because it's so huge. I guess in Conquest on the PC it's bigger. But on the PS4, on the PS3, it was so dumb. Whoever got that middle flag pretty much won that game.
Yeah.
This map's pretty good. Oh, go for the Omar. Rip Alicio, I'll never see him again.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Whoa, where's that coming from?
I have a visual on a light armored vehicle operating to your west. Objective Foxtrot is now neutralized. Defend this objective. Keep it safe. We now control Objective Foxtrot. This objective is our target.
Did Curbs ever play this with us?
Battlefield 3.
Yeah.
I kind of want to say yes, but I'm not sure on
No,
that.
because I know we were 4 often. It was you, May, and somebody else.
Probably Crow,
Oh, yeah. Yep.
but at some points in time, we were half the fucking team. Like we had like 7-8 people.
Oh, yeah, Rudy.
Like we had a
played
point in time
sometimes.
that we had 2 squads in that.
Oh, yeah. Wait, like, early. Super early. Oh, shit, I don't have my healing. Oh, my God. No way. I have a fucking grenade launcher. That never happens. Weird.
Spotted a hostile sniper to north of your position.
Oh, it's snipers. That's what's going on. Fuck. Where?
This is the objective. I want you to attack.
I should almost be watching boxing right now. Just fuck Battlefield. Rope.
Here's your medikit. Get up.
Oh, it's a fucking tank. Road raid. Oh, and there's a dude. Whoever's watching me on Twitch, you can go on my YouTube and it'll be in HD. Or whatever resolution.
I think
you
that was
want,
me.
'cause it's- Oh, okay. Pretty sure if you just put youtube.com/megascorcher.tv, I think it will just show the stream. I'm not sure. But if you add /live at the end of it, it'll definitely be the stream. Oh, fucking tank, motherfucker. Oh, there's a dude over there too. Oh, shit. Oh, and that noise was the MP3 finishing. Good stuff. Oh, I'm dead. Hey, Curbs, are you back? Oh, I thought I heard him earlier. I don't know why I spawned here.
Objective Alpha has been neutralized.
Well, I'm totally going there anyway, too. Oh, why did I spawn that?
We have lost objective Charles. There's your med kit. Pick it up. Attention. Have eyes on an enemy sniper engaged at your location. We've just taken objective Bravo. Somebody come pick me up. I need a ride.
Oh, son of a- Ah. Oh, I can't. God damn it. Oh.
I can confirm that we now have control of objective X.
Let's see what this looks like.
Let's see what looks. Oh, God. What looks like?
Or I'm gonna try to play Fallout
Let's
4
see.
in the corner of your stream.
Oh. And I cut off your stream too. I can uncut it.
I don't know why it's taking so long to load.
Is XSplit already on?
Yeah, I turned it on.
Oh man, that loading, that popping. I didn't see that. Oh, it's because of the sandstorm. Man, I flew right into my own freaking boat.
Yeah, I just saw it on the screen.
Oh man, that is yeah, but if your thing ever comes up, I'll uncrop it.
I don't think it's going to.
Yeah, something weird with XSplit, I guess.
Steam just had something. Maybe I had to put an update for the game that was.
No, well, I still, if you had XSplit open, and I would still see black on Skype instead of the XSplit thing.
Right.
Here's your med.
It's brutal.
Interesting.
Oh. I had no idea.
Here's your med. Pick it up. We no longer control objective Echo. Yes. We just neutralized objective Alpha. Attack this objective. We have taken objective Alpha. Grenade out! Attention, spotted enemy LAV. Do north with your location. Here's your meds. Pick it up. Here's your med kit. Pick it up. Just neutralized objective Bravo. I have a visual on light armor north of your location. Here's your med kit. Go get it. You've just taken objective Bravo. Okay, men. Keep this objective safe. Objective Delta is no longer under our control.
Just give me a second here. Okay. All right. Oh, whoops. Ugh.
Here's your med kit. Pick it up.
God damn it.
Neutralized objective Foxtrot. Here's your med kit. Go get it.
Holy shit. God. Oh, God. Fuck me.
Here's your med kit. Here's your med kit. Objective Alpha has been neutralized. We control objective Alpha.
Oh, shit.
spotted an enemy vehicle to the west of your cruise position.
Oh, fuck me. Oh. Fuck, that was brutal.
We no longer have control of objective Foxtrot.
This is weird that it's not working. Putting some. Oh wait. Broadcast. Oh, that could be why.
Whoops, there's a tank there.
Yeah, broadcast. Whoopsie doodle.
Well, it's kind of working now. I got a corner of your webcam.
Yeah. Don't quite understand why it's just a corner like that.
Change this thing. There you go. All right. We're in business now. Oh. Oh, shit.
We've neutralized objective Foxtrot.
Here's your med kit. Pick it up. Here's your med kit. Pick it up.
We've taken objective Bravo.
Why is it just a corner like that?
Oh, you might have to restart XSplit maybe? I forget. That used to happen to me all the time. It's because the two resolutions don't match up.
Objective Golf.
I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. Why the fuck am I not reviving this guy? Oh,
I got your med kit. Pick up your med kit.
almost got slowed.
Here's your med. Here's your med kit.
Objective Golf. Just
Pick it up.
Oh. Dude, there's a dude right there. Oh, that's a tank. No, that tank was my. It was a body tank. What are you doing? Am I still just getting the corner? Is that the full thing? I can't tell.
You know, that's just the corner.
Fun times. You could always just make it super tiny on XSplit.
It's so fucking weird.
It's not like you'll need the full resolution on this end anyways.
Mm.
Okay, let's see. Okay.
I have positive ID on a sniper. Where you at?
No one? Alright. Oh, we're gonna lose any of this. Nice. Hey, I can see all of it. Crazy.
That's really fucking stupid. On why that's happening. I'm thinking it's more to do with Skype than anything else.
Well, the webcam driver for XSplit is weird too sometimes. In my experience. So here's what I can do actually. Whoa! That was ridiculous.
What was?
So I jumped out of my own helicopter that was piloted by my buddy, and then oh shit! And then there's an enemy helicopter right there in the air when I jumped out. It's pretty ridiculous.
Here's your med kit. Pick it up.
There appears to be an enemy tank located south of your pause.
Of course, there's a tank right there.
Thanks a lot.
That's on the other side.
Hostile vehicle operating north of your position.
Of course, he took the fucking car. God damn it.
there's a hostile machine gunner.
What the shit is that?
Objective Delta has been neutralized. Spotted an enemy machine gunner south of where you are. We have taken Objective Delta.
Here's your meds. Go get it.
Our objective Bravo has been lost. Hostile heading over, south of your position.
Oh man, that suck. Ugh. What is Kurt's blabbing about? Oh,
I can't hear him.
no, he's saying he can't talk. Get a mic stand.
Here's your med.
I wish you were nearby. I would just give you my USB Bluetooth thingy. You have a Bluetooth headset, and you could just use that.
Attack this objective. Defend this objective.
What is that?
I need you to attack this objective.
We've lost Objective Alpha. I have eyes on heavy armor west of your location. I have eyes on an enemy sniper east of your location.
Spotted an AC soldier.
Holy shit! The stream I'm watching is
Enemy
like
soldier spotted.
4 minutes behind or something like that.
What, on YouTube?
Yeah.
Objective Bravo has been
Can't say I'm fully surprised.
Objective Echo has been compromised. Be advised, spotted a hostile sniper due east of your position.
your medkit. Pick it up.
I have positive ID on a hostile vehicle operating to your north.
Defend this objective.
We now control objective
I
Delta.
need you to defend this objective. I need you to defend this objective.
Objective Charlie is now out of our hands.
Weird. You're just shooting at somebody that was up, I guess, lagged out.
Heads up! Spotted an enemy machine gunner due north of your location. Cross the mic! Hey, thanks! Hostile machine gunner. I need you to attack this objective. I need you to attack this objective. Objective Charlie has been neutralized. I say again, Objective Charlie has been neutralized. Attack this objective! Defend this objective! Objective Charlie.
God damn it.
hostile tank. Enemy machine gun.
All right, let's go!
God damn it.
Objective Charlie,
Here's
neutralized.
your med. Pick it up. Here's your med kit. Pick it up.
Just taken Objective Charlie.
Attack this objective.
Be advised. Be advised. I have eyes on a hostile sniper due north of your position. Thanks, good job!
Oh, 6%.
identified south of your position. We've just lost objective Alpha. You bet! Spotted a hostile heavy armor south of your location.
Attack this objective.
We're Oscar Mike! Objective Delta has just been neutralized.
There's your med kit.
Objective
Pick it up. There's your med kit. Pick it up.
An anti-tank soldier has been identified
Here's your
just
med kit.
to
Go
your
get it.
east.
I spotted a hostile machine gun.
Objective Alpha is neutralized.
I should have knifed him.
There's your med kit. Pick it up. There's your med kit. Pick it up.
Well, I'm gonna
Got your
take
med
off.
kit.
Yeah, I'm just gonna finish the game and do the same. See ya.
See ya.
Objective Bravo is now neutralized.
And Curbs, I'll talk to later, I guess.
There's a hostile
Or I
PNC
won't talk to
soldier
her.
east of your position.
I need you to
Just
attack this
taken objective
objective.
Bravo. Heads up! Enemy sniper west of your position.
Here's your med.
Spotted an enemy sniper to west of your current position.
Enemy soldier spotted. Here's your med kit.
Fuck. I was 13 and 13, now I'm 19 and 14. Went on a little tear right there. Ah! There's a dude right next to you, you fucker! Let me spawn on you! Ah, come on, hurry up! Damn, it's not gonna let me spawn him. Oh! Where's that guy?
Heads up! Enemy soldier due west of your current location.
Fuck you! Oh, there's a dude in the sky!
An enemy machine gunner located to your west. Enemy machine gunners up.
Knifed. I should have knifed. Yeah, Curbs, there's like maybe a minute left in here, so I'm gonna actually hang up. See ya.
Pick it up.
To your position.
Here's your med kit.
We have taken objective Alpha.
Here's your med kit.
Not bad. I ended up with a better kill death than I thought I would have. Look at that. 5 more. Alright, I'm gonna go as well. See ya. Let's see if I can remember how to do this here. That might be a little long. Let's see. This might be the perfect length. Oh, that's right. I don't even have it. Bye. Talk to you guys later. I'm done for the night. We'll talk to you guys later. Alright, kid. Bye. Bye. Love you guys. I'm fading to black. It's taking a while. Oh my god, what the hell's going on? Yeah. Oh my god, my PS4 actually crashed. Bye.